click the screen to advance the game. Oh, this game is easy.
Nice. Okay, I just want to make sure that we have everything's recording. Good. Okay, cool. Everything's set. Are we ready?
No, but let's do it.
No.
Absolutely not. Let's go.
Your choices will affect the outcome of the story. Dischan presents.
They always say that, though. Your choices. Dysfunctional Systems. Episode I. Learning to Manage Chaos.
Cool.
That's pretty.
No, I like the layout. Kind of digging the music.
I like the art, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like the
clean
settings. Lines.
Cool, so it is 720, that's the highest res, so that's good. I think everything's fine.
If you throw it on full screen, would that destroy it?
It'd probably mess up the recording.
Okay.
I mean, it's 720 one way or another, so might as well just, it's fine as it is.
High res.
Let's check and,
skip on red text.
Say, I am kind of a fan of this music, though.
Well, I mean, you can be a fan of the music, but you're gonna be talking over the shit.
Oh, of course. Oh, dude, tiny bit duck, just so things balance better in the mix, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
I could use a little, maybe less volume on the All right, cool.
Cool, all right. I guess let's start this then. Your story.
All right, so we are playing Dysfunctional Systems, Learning to Manage Chaos is the name of the episode. We don't know what this is about, do we?
I know a little bit, but it's been a while, so I don't know. Actually, I don't remember much of anything. So,
from the art and all of what I'm seeing, it's about it's like a Harvest Moon kind of story where you plant crops and you go out and you collect them every day and you romance in visual novel form. That's what I'm.
From what I understand, I don't remember the details, but you live in like this utopia, and you're kind of like doing a job shadow of somebody that like goes to different dimensions to like solve conflict.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So it's exactly like Harvest Moon then.
Sure. Of course.
It is. You just trust me on that.
Exactly like it. Okay. New story.
You know, that Harvest Moon that was on the system. Working families across Brighton are no doubt issuing a collective sigh of relief today, as the legislation for a minimum wage increase of 50 cents passed in Parliament early this morning. This bill comes after public outcry that the majority of Brighton citizens are without enough income to make ends meet after the recent increase in food prices. The charge brings minimum wage workers working for over 40 hours a week to $3.67 an hour, and workers working less to $3.20. Although welcomed by most, there has been stiff opposition toward the bill from foreign investors, primarily those from Gabriel. Major Gabriel companies such as Ujko and Norkley have warned that wage increases would hurt Brighton's economy, arguing that the new rate would force more layoffs as they cannot afford as many employees. President Barnaby, who has been supportive of the legislation since its inception, retorted that well-fed employees were more productive and reminded Ujko and Norkley that employing a Brighton citizen was still over 16 times less expensive than employing a citizen of their home country.
Damn.
That's extortion, pretty much. Stocks did, however, take a moderate tumble after the approval of the legislation. President Barnaby assured citizens that the drop could only be temporary and that the markets will begin to rise again after the initial shock has subsided. God, I talk so much. Is anyone listening to me anymore? I'm looking at this camera. I haven't had sun in weeks. Look at how pale my face is. Sorry. With his minimum wage increase, Barnaby has finally fulfilled the last of his campaign promises and made during his 1523 1523 campaign trail.
Yeah, I think that's the year. 1523.
That was like 400 years, 500
I don't know what calendar they're using. Who knows what the hell they're basing it
Oh,
off
if they're
of.
like, if they're bouncing in dimensions, then it stands to reason that he's actually a woman. What?
Yeah, totally.
Whether or not he manages to accomplish his 1527 goals remains to be seen. With that, we conclude our hourly business report. Next up, the latest in entertainment news. With Scott Prickenstein.
Without a doubt, I find it strange. Everything strange, bizarre. Really, if these worlds were nothing like my own, at least then I could appropriately flip out. But no, they're similar. Too similar. I keep slipping into a feeling of normalcy only to have that sensation of strangeness slap me across the face at the first sight of something weird. There are plenty of weird sights around to do so too. Like, for instance, these advanced-looking televisions in the decrepit-looking building, which I can only assume is an electronics store, they're the first things I've seen since arriving in this world that actually look somewhat new, fancy even. Up until now, everything has been old, ramshackle, and in various states of disrepair. It makes me feel very nervous. It's just so profoundly disturbing. Will I ever get used to this? I think I will. Some year or decade from now, if my mentor is any indication. Look at him, standing there so aloof, as if it were just another day to him, which, yeah, I suppose it is. Smoking that weed.
No, man.
Well, what do I know? Nothing. I'm an idiot.
Winter.
Yes?
No, I mean, it's winter. What do you think?
Think? About what?
About what we just saw and heard?
Oh. Ellipses. To be honest, I wasn't really thinking anything about it.
God, why are you following me? Winter, we've only just started. Please try to focus.
Yes, yeah, I will. Sorry. It's just, well, I'm still finding it a bit hard to wrap my head around the idea of destructive conflict.
Oh, well, of course. I was the same when I first started out. There aren't that many examples of conflict at all in our world.
Right!
You might even find it surprising that war is actually a word in our dictionary.
Totally.
Yet still, wait, are you disagreeing with everything I'm saying? Winter, you'll come to understand conflict very well. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
After all, you'll be doing nothing but dealing with it.
Lame. Wow. Lame.
Yeah, well, anyway. You read the material in this world, right? It should have been in your homework.
It was?
Then tell me what you think.
Ellipses. Perhaps it's time to admit that I didn't spend much of last night reading the material so much as turning the pages and glancing at them. This sounds eerily familiar from my days in school.
I bet she didn't even read it. She probably just kind of sped through the pages, glancing at them. God.
I was tired and honestly found watching the bubbles in my soda significantly more captivating than the words on those files. Oh boy.
What is she thinking about right now?
The way they merge with each other and crawl up the glass is really incredibly pretty. Oh my god.
Winter. You're certainly pondering rather hard there, Winter. You must be whipping up a dazzling answer.
Ellipses. Brighton is poor? Facepalm.
That's a fact, Winter, not a thought.
I can't think. Sorry, what I think is... I think... nothing.
Oh God.
Look, what I've learned so far in class doesn't seem to be particularly applicable to this world, so I'm finding it a bit difficult to care. How can I care anyway? Besides all that, this is also disconnected from me. Plus, it's only my second world, for heaven's sake, 'cause I'm still flummoxed by the fact that other worlds even exist. What am I supposed to think when they just toss me into these places, give me a pat on the back, and say, "Be on your way, merry child"? Actually, here's a thought. What kind of name is Brighton? It's a stupid name for a country. It sounds more like a town. The town of Brighton. Population 40. Ugh, blah. I'll scream, blah, at Cyrus and any other mentor who questions me like this. I mean, I won't, but I would. Completely, totally, and so would. Jesus Christ. For now, though, an awkward and wobbling smile is all I can muster. Blah.
Silence from her.
Disapproving silence.
Well, whatever.
Ellipses question mark?
What do you think the next step is?
Alright, cool it, Winter. Just remain calm and genuinely consider the question. The next thing to do, we need to learn things that weren't given?
Right.
Sir, I couldn't ask my last mentor. Why are the dossiers we get before we come to these places so thin?
Well, it's because they are simply comprised of first-hand information, noteworthy things that mediators have gathered through observation and gleaned through prior trips to the world. You're lucky you have even that much. Sometimes you get sent to the worlds that have never been visited before. Let me tell you, it's never fun when a surprise dragon flies out from... like surprise dragonflies. It's a crazy insect. It flies out from behind a mountain, or you realize that the person you've been talking to is just a really convincing projection, or worse, a robot. And once you start going into systems that threaten your definition of what a world even means, good luck. Then again, only experienced mediators have to deal with such things. You won't be going to any unvisited worlds. At least definitely not yet.
Oh. Another question. Why revisit words that have been helped? I mean, once order is in place, everything should be fine, right? I mean... Ellipses. Cyrus frowns, but his expression seems more complicated than that. I say that because his frown isn't alone, and in his eyes there's a glint of irritation directed at no one in particular. As any glint, it's gone in a second, replaced by another thing I can't quite decipher. Part of me is curious as to what it is, but most of me doesn't care.
God, this guy's been around the block. Here's the short answer, because chaos cannot be contained or removed. Although it can be lessened by us, it will rise again over time. We're the most wordy apprentice.
Sir, are you saying there's no point to anything?
No! God damn it. Chaos is not inherently bad, Winter. It is the means by which all worlds are born and continue, even ours. Furthermore, it is a spark of evolution. It plays a key part in those mutations which allow life to grow and improve itself. I hope you're listening. However, for life to succeed, there must also be order. It's like how cells must work together and organs must serve their purpose. You see, a system in which chaos is stronger than order is likely to collapse, just as an organism which has succumbed to disease is likely to die. In short, we are here to eradicate Chaos Winter. We are not here to eradicate Chaos Winter. We are only here to keep it in check.
Oh.
Anyway, where do you think we should go next?
Well, someplace with a lot of information, I suppose. Allow me to get to thinking about such a place. Oh, surprise, I'm done. The answer's so obvious, it's insulting. After all, I had already gone there during my first mediation. The library.
No, that's not... Why would we go to the library? I mean, I get your line of thought. Libraries can tell you a lot about a world's history, and I would bet there are computers in there too, considering the world we're in. Unfortunately, that kind of knowledge probably wouldn't be so helpful for this job.
What about scholarly journals, reliable sources?
No, I think we should find a bar.
Huh?
What is it?
Oh, well, I just had a thought. Are the bars here special, like library bars? I just figured maybe you liked a drink as you read, maybe?
Winter, stop thinking about libraries.
Sorry.
Bars here should be normal as far as I'm aware. We'll head there because bars are where people go to talk.
Cyrus then turns to walk away as if it's the next natural thing to do. Well, it's not. I stand incredulously for 3 full seconds before realizing that we're supposed to move ahead.
Winter. Gods.
Well, here we are, walking along. This is a street?
Winter, this is a street.
I've seen a few vehicles pass by us, so I guess it is. Or should I say, I've heard them, or they have been loud. They are pretty solid excuses for transportation, though. They have these grotesque metal protrusions out of their fronts, which billow dark smoke and occasionally drip liquid. As if they weren't bad enough, most every frame of these things has looked like a bludgeon team went wild on it.
Backstory.
They were such bewildering things that they distracted me from the matter at hand. Cyrus, is he not going to elaborate at all? He just walked off after telling me we need to talk at bars. Thanks, Cyrus. I would not have guessed that people talk at places. Isn't he supposed to be teaching me? How can I learn anything with such vague statements? Well, Winter, well, you need to go to the ice cream parlor, Winter, because they sell food, Winter, well.
God, I bet she's sitting there brooding in her head, isn't she? Well, I guess that's what I'm doing.
Goodness, how annoying. And he hasn't even been, hasn't he been annoying since orientation? Pestering me and staring at me and annoying an unlikable person, this Cyrus, with a reputation at that, I hear. I mean, seriously, don't people talk everywhere? Sir, don't people talk everywhere? Gosh, this girl.
Maybe she just got out of being born yesterday, like a really rapid, kind of growing up out of a cryo tube or some sort of, let's give her the benefit of the doubt.
Isn't that the sort of thing humans are known for in general? Talking?
Well, aren't you snippy?
Oh crap, I just ruined everything, didn't I? I need to stop thinking so much or let my thoughts slip out. I should have said it like that. He's my superior. I bet he'll lower my grade now.
I'm gonna lower her grade.
Sorry, sir. I don't mean to be. It's just a bit frustrating when you don't explain yourself properly.
Oh, I thought it was mostly self-explanatory.
Not really at all, sir. Well, maybe it is, but I don't really know anything about bars. I've never been inside. I've never seen the outside of one.
Oh, that's right. We're not really into drinking back home, are we?
I don't know if I would say that. Perhaps everyone is not the same.
Well, bars are generally a place where people go to unwind. And the alcohol loosens their lips, so to speak. They'll talk about almost anything, themselves, their troubles, and often the root of the problem will involve what's troubling the world's people. It's a useful place to visit. Speaking of problems, what was the issue of the last world you visited?
Pollution. The world was kind of oldish and much less practical than ours. They kept throwing out their stuff wrong and had bad ways of making energy. Their water ended up getting poisoned, and a lot of them were sick.
Long-term project, I assume?
Yeah, my mentor had already been working on it for a while before I came. I think it was around 5 months.
That's so. Glad I'm assigned short-term projects. It'd be something awful to get stuck with the same problem for nearly a year.
I agree, but I don't know about the way you said that.
How should I say that, Chris? I'm just reading it.
I'm just reading the stuff. Meta critique. And
How long did you shadow her?
3 days.
I see. Naruhodo. You've never had alcohol, have you?
Yes, I have. What? What was that? No, sir, I would never. I mean, I'm too young. I stop in my tracks and he stops to turn. His lips then curl into a kind of oh-ho expression. Oh-hoing at my innocence, ripe to be defiled.
Oh.
It is creepy, and I am uncomfortable.
No, you wouldn't do anything against the rules, would you?
Is that a test? A trick? A challenge? No, sir, I would not. Smile broadens at this, and my discomfort increases.
You know, Winter, each world you visit will have its own laws, its own customs, and its own social graces. You're going to have to learn to make your mind a little more flexible if you'd like to succeed. I'm going to have you drink some alcohol at the bar.
Excuse me? I don't want to. Besides, I'm underage. It's against the law.
Well, Winter, in many cultures, you will be expected to drink, even at your current age. You should be ready for that, and you should know the effects alcohol has on yourself and others.
What? He's telling me to break the law? Whoa, no. This is completely out of my comfort zone. I probably hate alcohol even, right? I do not want to do this. I mean, I know we're in another world, so it's not really the law, but no, this is my conviction. I was born and raised to a set of rules, and I think it would be best to live by them. It's like what I learned in class. One might think it's best to try absorbing all aspects of cultures met. However, it is not advisable. In absorbing a culture, you run the risk of becoming absorbed by that culture as well. Mediators should not forget who they are. I am Winter Harrison. I will not be shaken by this. I don't think I can do that, sir.
Winter. That's an order. This is part of your training. If you do not drink alcohol at the bar, I will be forced to fail you.
What? It's blackmail. That isn't... That's not allowed. You can't make me do anything.
I most certainly can. I'm your mentor.
Only for today. Only for today, and you aren't allowed, and you aren't always going to be that. Besides, you can't threaten me because I have my convictions and I won't forget who I am. I'm right. I can tell I'm right because my cheeks are flushed, my heart is pounding, and he looks wounded. I hurt him. I struck out against him, and he knows he's wrong. It isn't just enough that he's hurting inside, though. I need to teach him a lesson. I need to knock it into him. Therefore, I will raise his trembling arm and trembling fist. I will raise it and grit my teeth, and I'll punch him right in his pathetic-looking chest. Ha!
Winter, what is this?
I'm rebelling against you.
Did you just punch me?
I nod my head quickly and with purpose.
You did.
What does it look like? My fist smashed into your ribs, didn't it?
Well, smashed is...
All of a sudden, my hair goes paff as something heavy has lightly fallen onto it. I glance up to find Cyrus is resting his hand on my head. Although I know what he is doing, in fact, I just said so, I still am compelled to ask, what are you doing?
Winter, fine, I won't force you to drink.
You mean you can't?
I mean I won't. I will, however, put forth a stern suggestion. It would be very wise of you to drink. It'll help you ease into the taste of another place. I know what they've taught you, and I'd be lying if I said I ignore everything I've learned. Just remember the way it's worded. You're allowed to let yourself go a little. Just don't forget. I haven't forgotten, and neither of you, it seems. But you shouldn't be afraid of stepping outside of yourself, if only for a little while. In a sense, that's what you're already doing in being here. So I urge you, Winter, have a pint.
It comes in pints? I'll just a little.
Good enough. Well, there's a bar. Come on, Winter.
That's a bar? What makes it different from any of the other stores? It just looks like the same outside. They don't seem to pride themselves on distinction out there. Here. Words. More ellipses.
Winter, it's the one that says bar above it.
I run my hand through my hair and grimace. I wonder if since all the storefronts look like this, maybe they're all bars? Yes. Yes, Winter, that is exactly the case.
I took a sip of bourbon at the wrong time.
Speaking of.
Oh, man. What a... I mean, she's malleable. I'm going to say she's malleable and nothing more insulting than that. And maybe a bit...
oh, man.
Fucking stupid.
Just slightly bit. I'll stick with malleable.
Okay.
What a terrible thought. What if this culture which loves to drink? Well, I'd be expected to drink a lot. I hope not. Warily, I begin to follow Cyrus. What am I doing? This is so illegal. I wonder if I ever can report this.
I bet she's gonna report me when I get back.
Okay, brace for it. No amount of alcohol-tinged breath could be enough to prepare me for a bar smell, surely. Mother always talks about how awful bars are and how that's why she only ever drinks at home. Sweaty and piggish and smelling like failure. This can only lead to misery. Wow. Judgmental.
A little prejudiced.
Slowly, I part the fingers over my nostrils. It does not smell at all.
Cut that out, Winter. You look ridiculous.
Hey, leave me alone. I've been misled. Slowly, I put down my hand, but not without glaring at Cyrus. He ignores this, of course, and walks over to an empty table to have a seat. He then pats the top of the chair next to him, inviting me. Well, whatever. I follow his lead, still cautious of this place.
Notice how there's only a few people here, although it's lunch hour? What do you imagine that means?
Most of the people here really like to work.
Or maybe they really have to. Well, it's probably a good thing that this place is so empty. Too many customers might be a little overwhelming for you. It can also make it rather difficult to actually find out anything.
I see. There are only 4 other people in the bar besides, all of whom are men, and all thrice my age by the look of it. The 2 who seem to be customers are dressed in rather rough manner, like they've walked out of a construction site. I'm not the type to pride myself on appearance or anything, but I actually feel slightly embarrassed for them. They aren't the first in this world to look so deplorable, though in fact I would say they look fairly good by comparison. Most people I've seen look like they picked their outfits from a pile of rags. Thankfully. What about that guy?
Yeah, the really well-dressed man behind the counter.
Thankfully, the other two, both in uniform, are very presentable.
Oh, okay.
The waiter, or he's probably the waiter, looks rather spiffy. The man behind the counter is quite cleanly dressed, so this world is not entirely hopeless. But enough about men in clothes. The wall behind the counter is far more interesting. There are two lengthy rows of widely varying bottles, some round, some square, some outright peculiar. Admittedly, I'm enticed. Only for a second, I assure you, after all.
Is this your sister?
Oh, man. There are some hilarious comparisons between her and the Emoto-chan.
A couple parallels.
I have been told that alcohol tastes like piss.
Well, I wouldn't know myself. I've never tried it.
What? You've never tried alcohol?
No, piss.
Just gonna ride this silence
be like,
Hold on. This is me. This is the sound of me frowning.
It isn't the best until you get used to it.
That aside, I've been told that it makes you act like a twit, causes bouts of forgetfulness, and slowly poisons your liver.
That's true to a point.
Eventually, you become addicted to it.
Not everyone does, but there's the possibility.
Then why drink it?
Some people enjoy losing control over themselves, and many love to forget. You'll see for yourself and be able to form your own opinion soon.
I would rather not. Honestly, I am more than fine with following the popular opinion. It is often correct and has saved me a lot of trouble in the past. While my thoughts wander to say for days, the man who I believe is the waiter comes to our table. Who do we want to have do this? Me? Okay. What can I get you?
2 beers. Any brand you'd like.
Coming right up. When he departs, I find myself curious about 2 things. Firstly, I have to drink 2 beers?
No, one is for me.
Why would you want to drink one?
I'm one of the people who enjoy losing a bit of control over themselves.
I would have not have pegged him the sort. At any rate, the second thing. What's a brand, sir? Does it have something to do with fire and an iron?
Pardon?
Well, we used to brand cattle and other animals with the symbol that would associate them with their farmer, right? That is, if I remember my history. That was with fire and an iron, so is this something similar? I'm not saying something stupid, am I? Is it how the alcohol is made, perhaps? Are the ingredients burned in some way before they're officially beer? Maybe with some sort of spiritual symbol. They do call them spirits, after all. There must be a reason for that, right? Biggest frown on his face. Why isn't he saying anything? Or is it something to do with real spirits? Like some sort of rite where each batch is brewed in honor of someone who's died. I mean, I've read these places can be very strange and... Am I close? Oh, please let me be close.
No. No, you are not close.
Crap, I should have shut up way earlier. Why do I ramble like that? Now I look like the fool.
She rambles so much.
Honestly, though, I'm a little disappointed. Some fantasy would be nice.
Winter, I'm starting to think you've already gotten yourself drunk off of the atmosphere.
Oh, please. There you go. The waiter has returned, bearing 2 tall, thick tankards foaming at the brim. Beer, right? I know more of vodka and wines.
Oh.
One is placed in front of Cyrus and the other in front of me. Enjoy.
Thank you.
He leaves. I peek over my cup's lip and peer into its mouth. The beverage does not take kindly to my curiosity, bubbling and spitting at me.
Hey, gads!
M dash with exclamation point.
I guess that would be like a or something. I don't know.
I withdraw with a start. How intimidating. Sir.
Don't be such a baby. It won't kill you. There will be much worse. There will be much worse things you'll have to swallow than alcohol. Trust me. Gods, I am such a creep.
That sounds as though Chris is perfectly fine with bending over should the situation demand it.
Let the entendres begin.
Bending over and unpleasant things in mouths. Interesting things like this. Ingesting things worse than this. Allow me to apologize, Cyrus, but I am not a wimp. I know where to draw the line. It is quite the opposite of weakness, really. It's strength. No one is going to be forcing me to do anything I don't agree to. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. Lifting the glass with both hands, I gingerly tip it towards my lips and take a mouthful. Oh heavens, I do not want to drink this. I switch the liquid a bit, and it mixes with my saliva. It seems nearly viscous even. I want to retch. It's simply the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Atrocious. It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, no, a burning sensation that has spread through my entire oral cavity. The ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and just swallow it. Bleh. Bleh. Bleh.
Oh, come on.
Goosebumps ripple across my skin and my eyes water. The beer drains down my esophagus, raising everything in its descent. This is disgusting. Cyrus proceeds to drain half of his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's in an expression just as insensible. It amazes me that he can stomach it, and even more that he's willing to subject himself to it.
Oh, this is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while.
You're joking. That was worse than I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting. Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. The beverage is just nasty.
Finish that glass and we'll move along.
I'm not finishing this.
Do it.
Do it? I mock him.
Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass.
Finish my glass? I let my hands drop with gravity, my cup crashing onto the table. This is what you want me to finish? Then, Cyrus, who I am quickly losing respect for, I will drink this mug, and in fact finish it if you do one thing for me in the future.
Pardon?
It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know you heard me.
Well then, what do you want me to do?
Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later. And I will tell you then.
This girl. You're sure you're not drunk, Winter?
Hush.
Fine. You'll have your way and... You'll have your way if you'll have mine, Winter Harrison.
That is a deal you cannot break, sir. With that, I drain my glass in a matter of seconds, using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there is naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. Blah, this is so nasty. I squeeze my eyes shut and let the wave of warm and trembling feelings wash over me. Ugh.
Mercy, Winter. That was something else. How are you feeling?
I answer him with a stare and a shiver.
Really?
I shake my head. Honestly, now that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realize I was overreacting. While certainly vile, it doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it will take more than one beer to impair my judgment. Either that, or this stuff's effects are simply delayed. I'm fine. I think.
Oh, you should be.
Yes, I don't really... I realize I might have spoken too soon, as I feel a bit as though I'm glowing. Not a terrible feeling, and I still seem to be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all.
Give it some time. You didn't really drink too much anyway. There usually isn't a whole lot of alcohol in beer.
Wonderful. Both of my theories are true. Okay. So what now?
Now we begin to Winter, I'm having a stroke. Oh God, help me.
What, this is the beer is repairing my speech.
Yeah. Winter, now we begin conversing.
Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner.
I'm gonna talk to that man. You take the one at the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids.
I'm going to talk to him alone?
Well, yes. I think it would make him pretty uncomfortable to have both of us ganging up on him.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Don't worry. The bartender is right there, and I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you.
It's not that... I'm just not very good at talking to people.
You're doing fine with me.
Excuse me while I pour myself a glass. There we go.
I was actually gonna ask you again. Is that all right? Would you...
Why don't you finish the rest of that, then, if you're gonna...
Okay. Drink my own poison.
Yeah, drink your own poison. All right. You're my superior.
You got that right, I was superior. Just go over there and give it a try.
Fine. Ooh.
Ooh.
I get out of my seat and immediately yank the table's edge as the floor shifts.
Winter.
Oh, no.
Winter.
My knees quiver with fear and I firmly plant my feet, my heart thumping like I'm about to die. Gracious, what was that? Did something happen? Have we failed?
Calm down. Calm down, you're just a bit tipsy.
Shut up. I pause. Tipsy. Oh, buzzed. Right, I'm just... Ah, crap.
Just get over there.
This girl.
Like maybe like 7 or 8 years ago, I could identify with her. Just the complete, life is so white, black and white, and there is nothing good or bad. You know,
This is like, I'm just imagining myself in junior high getting drunk, which has never happened, but I imagine that's what this would be like. A junior high me getting drunk.
yeah, I mean, it's quite possible if they're like world jumping and she's like, she looks, actually she looks like she's on a little miniature trampoline.
I surprised myself, briskly taking strides to the counter.
Oh, she's walking.
I find the act ridiculously, I can read. I find the act curiously challenging and amusing. Each step I consider rather silly in its shakiness. I begin wondering about how people learn to walk at all. It's not how my thoughts usually go, I think. Can't quite remember what I usually think about right now. I am not drunk. I have an idea of what that is from looking, and this is not it. Ah, right. I am tipsy. Goodness, I'm unbalanced.
Not drunk at all.
I start slowly near the stools and suddenly break out in a cold sweat. I'm not good with people. So what am I going to talk? about to the man. While I'm considering this, the order to stop is not processed physically. I sit down right next to the gentleman as if it's the most natural thing in the world. We're the oldest of pals, strong ties, bonds formed from years of manual labor at the piers. Wonder how much alcohol I actually drank. Enough of this. Gauge the man by his eyes. Yes, I like that. Like in the books. Lean forward and get a closer look, Winter Harrison. Oh, well, isn't he scruffy? Almost in an adorable way. His cheeks and chin are dashed all over with stubble, and his eyes are soft and caring. He vaguely reminds me of a father I knew that is not mine, but a classmate's. I open my mouth and mentally say hello. The order again is not actually processed, so I just hang my jaw and stare. He notices.
Hello there, miss.
Hello. It is all I can do to say this. I failed to keep his attention, and his eyes returned to the television above the bar. Television. That's right. They have that here. It seems to be a sports channel that he is watching. Not that I know which. I only know it's sports. There's a ball, there's people, there's boats around the field. It seems to involve only sculpted men, a particularly intimate sport. Wait, I'm overthinking it. Well, I do believe most sports have a peculiar and exciting kind of subtext. This one I think I could particularly like to watch.
You're a little young to be in here, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I am 14. I should not be here. I was right. Drunk me in junior high. Drunk anyone in junior high.
Germany. You know the Germans make good stuff.
I am here with my uncle. My dad would never bring me here. My uncle is here and brought me where he is on break. Right, mention work.
Where is he?
I point to Cyrus, who's now talking amiably with the other man in the corner. Goodness, such fast friends. He is the younger, ornery-looking person. The old man chuckles as I smile as though I've made a joke.
Interesting word choice, girl.
I read books.
That's so.
It is so. Very much so. I read a lot.
Is he celebrating the good news?
Maybe? Was there some news? You mean the minimum wage increase, sir?
Yeah, it's great news, isn't it?
He grins. I mirror him. It is. I'm glad.
You working yet?
Yes, it is work that I am doing. Granted unpaid, I am learning. Yes, I just started a little while ago.
I see. Well, welcome to the workforce, young miss. Have you God damn.
We're both drunk.
I'm the bartender. I shouldn't be drunk. Have you gotten your first paycheck yet?
I don't think he's the bartender.
Isn't he?
I think he's somebody sitting at the bar.
Oh! That would make sense with the blue color.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I think he's somebody just at the bar.
I think you're right. I think I'm just at the bar.
No, not yet. And my name is Winter. That should have been 2 sentences.
Nice to meet you, Winter. I'm David.
I've stopped speaking. I don't know why. It's almost as though anything I say won't make any sense, so I've shut up. He does not speak either. The quietness is getting to me. Is there something I can say? Anything? What can I say? No, I'm lost. This is a terrible feeling, like I'm drowning in air. Think. There must be something. What?
You okay?
Huh? Oh no, I'm panicking. He could tell. This is bad. This is because the alcohol. It must be the alcohol. Yeah. Speak! So, what do you do? Like, for work, I mean.
You know, I help out at the wharf, head down to the mines, fit auto parts.
That is amazing.
Amazing. No. When you'll get older, you'll have to run multiple jobs too. Just about the only way to survive these days. How about you? What do you do?
Oh, crap, what do I do? Why didn't I think of something first? Stupid. I shut my eyes for a second and give a quick shake of my head. What do I do?
I'm a prostitute.
I guess I could technically be considered I'm a consoler.
A counselor?
Yes.
Huh.
Please let it be an acceptable job.
Doesn't really seem like something that would suit you. No offense or anything.
I didn't really choose it. Gives me a somber nod of recognition.
Yeah, you gotta take what you're given.
Yes. Suddenly feel miserable and decide to lean onto the counter. I rest my head, letting the fluff out of my hair and sleeves serve as a pillow, and I look away from David. That's right, I didn't really choose it. I didn't really choose anything. As decisions came around, I just sat on my hands thinking, I don't know, thinking that something would come to me. In a sense, I suppose I did get something but it wasn't in the usual way. Everyone else knew what they wanted to do after secondary school, and I was just stuck on the path of a freeder. A freeder, a step away from a leech. Ugh.
Like a hikikomori.
Something like that. I couldn't pick a specialty school. I didn't know what I wanted. School mediatorum, huh? What is this school? I've never heard of it, yet somehow my parents weren't surprised by the name. Why was I chosen? What's more, how? I never applied to this thing. Why did I even get accepted to go? I guess I was just happy that something had been found for me and the system knows best. I mean, it's not like I dislike it. The classwork and homework, more than bearable, and my first shadowing went okay enough. But is this what I am? Is this what I'm meant to do?
That's like an extremely overwhelming kind of culturally Japanese thing where you'll see in like most media or in anime, manga, or whatever. It's the individual, like an adolescent or a young adult, waiting around for something to happen. And it's always they wait for something to happen. They don't actively like go out of their way to find adventure. It's just like, bam, this falls into our lap, and then.
Well, I mean, I think some of these thoughts are not too dissimilar of things that I know I had, but for me, I think it didn't. I kind of know I put off a lot of thought on things through high school and stuff, and it wasn't until like I'm starting college. Like I kind of went to college because it was the thing to do at first.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until after like the first year, I remember like having those thoughts of like, I'm a leech on people and all of that kind of, that kind of wonderful,
You're right. Yeah.
down, terrible self-esteem type of things. And it wasn't, it wasn't until halfway through college that I actually was like going beyond the just letting things happen and actually trying to be proactive about it. So I mean, so it sounds like it's a little bit different from the way that it is in like Japan, given the culture and stuff, but
yeah, I think it's more just culturally persuasive for an individual to do less these days. I really wouldn't know what I'm speaking about, but like you hear about the suicide rates and yada yada for like working class people. It would kind of almost make sense that the children would look at their parents and be like, yeah, I don't, fuck that. I don't want to hang myself and like both of my parents did 2 seconds ago. I mean, I'm looking at them swinging. I don't want to do that. That looks gay.
Oh, fun.
We won't censor that. No. But it's a cultural thing. It's I would say it's a cultural thing more than.
Oh, this is stupid. What am I thinking? The oligarchy is infallible. They never make mistakes. Therefore, this must be what's right for me.
God, it's this girl.
Even if everything about it is totally weird. Cackle? What? I don't know. Cackle. What is my issue? This is better than what would have happened. When did I start caring so much about my direction? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to care about that. Still, why should I? How should I know what the way to forge my life's path when I'm just 14? I don't even know what I'll be doing in 8 years. I shouldn't have to care about this now.
Oh, she's half my age.
This is really messed up.
That's really messed up.
I'm so messed up.
She's messed up. Hey, don't get like that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Can I get you something to drink?
I turned back to glance at David, my nose tip brushing against cloth and sending a tingle across my face. Seeing him, I remember again, I'm in another world, as if I don't have enough worries back home. Now I have a whole new world to worry about here. Another world which I never heard of, but I'm supposed to believe is real just because things are here right now in front of my eyes? So much strange stuff has happened that maybe I could just be dreaming. Is this man even real? Is he really here? Maybe he isn't. I've just read that there are illusions.
Is this shit real, man?
We're in the Matrix.
It's like, is his blue actually blue? Is his blue like red to you? And like his red is like, you know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, man.
All right.
I know what you're saying, man.
I think I'm on page with this girl. Like she's got it, man. It's probably
That's all we needed. We just needed to hit the pipe, and now we're on the same page.
Yeah. Damn right, man.
Speaking of impairment, I'm gonna drink water.
Get fucked up off of this water.
Would I prefer an illusion? Would I prefer this to be a dream? Maybe some sort of virtual reality, like the Matrix? This whole idea is so ridiculous. What's worst of all, I find myself rather on the fence about his offer for a second drink. It would not be bad, actually, to forget who I am for a little while, perhaps longer. It would be natural.
It would be nice to have a choice, too, you know, in a visual novel.
No, it would also be dangerous.
Okay, fuck you, Winter. Thank you for making our choice for us.
I force the darker notions aside, steady the course. I draw my head back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers, and I bring myself up, countenance solemn. Now, I think I've had enough.
Suit yourself.
I will.
Okay.
Okay. I look at David. All right, what's next again? I need to figure out the root of the problem. Usually it has something to do with the troubles of the people, right? I'll just be forward then. Has anything been troubling you lately?
Nothing more than usual, I suppose. I'm just here to commemorate the occasion. That wage hike takes a major load off, though it's really too bad that we're still under Gabrea's boot. You know, I bet they let the bill pass just to avoid revolt. They don't give a shit about us.
Gabrea. That's not this country, is it? Wasn't that... Ah, the mother country, correct? I think that Brighton shouldn't be a colony of theirs anymore. It was labeled as independent in the dossier. I need to know more. Might I ask properly? Ah! What about the president? He seems to be working for us.
He does, right? You know it doesn't matter. He's just a figurehead. He can't do anything without Gabrea's approval. Couldn't even raise a military to defend against Faridia without kicking up a fuss. Hell, it took 6 months before they let him train a single soldier. I'll give them some credit though. They quit crying about it and been funding us rightly ever since. Probably realized that if Faridia ever took us over, they'd lose their workhorse.
Faridia is the third country sharing a border with Brighton. What was it I read about them last night?
This is pretty.
Don't we have a truce with them or something? This has been around for a while.
Yeah, but it's hardly there. Faridia's never been too afraid to stir up a war or two over some real estate, or over some insult to their forefathers, whatever excuse. Our truce with them is just a piece of paper. If they wanted to, they'd take us down in a heartbeat. Or they would have, at least, until we got an army to secure the border. Never know, though.
Wow, this guy talks a lot. Wonderful. Hardly have to say a word. Or at least I would if he didn't seem to want me to respond now. I put a bit of an angry expression for a second, but then reconsider. Maybe a sad expression would be better? What's my character anyway? Am I being myself here? Wait, no. None of that matters. Just answer. That's terrible. Okay, I need another question. Maybe I should let some of my ignorance show. Why is it like this anyway?
You don't know? Hell, I'm not surprised. They practically skip that over in schools. Give it a paragraph, maybe? Sure, they'll tell you Brighton used to be a Gabrian colony, that we gained our independence 120 years ago. They just never mention the costs of that freedom. Economic sanctions, crazy ones. I mean, they weren't always crazy. Back then, the minimum wage could feed you and more. The sanctions haven't changed, though. Haven't adjusted with the dollar's value and the cost of living. We screwed up. Got lulled into this false sense of security, of liberty. Got so caught up in the things that we could do, we forgot what we can.
Security and liberty. The security of liberty.
Yeah. Thanks to inflation, these sanctions are making us so poor that they're killing us. I mean, literally killing us. Not a great thing to bring up when there's something to celebrate, but I don't even think they're tracking how many have died trying to live. I know I've definitely lost count.
Then, is this the root? I mean, sure does suck that these people are poor. Really. Though, honestly, if they've been...
Just sucks.
If they've been this way for so long, they should be used to it. What is poor exactly? The television was harping on it earlier, and David was harping on it just now, so I figured it must be important, but, you know, it's nonsense even to consider this seriously. I don't understand any of this. The obsession over the economy, the excitement over higher wages, none of it makes sense. Poor is not having enough for a snack. Money is a trivial thing. Another thing is that this is not even a major society of the world. That being the case, how come we're dealing with it at all? Cyrus, what is he thinking dragging me here? He probably only wanted a drink. What can I learn about the whole world from just one person? Not much. Ugh, this is stupid. Stupid! Must be something else. If it's so terrible here, I wonder how it is in Gabria.
Complete luxury. They live like kings. Even their bums live better than us.
Holy shit.
Holy shit, indeed.
Whoa, that is filthy. A filthy thing to say.
It's a damn miracle any of them work at all with how much they get for free. They get fired, the state takes care of it. They're hurt, the state covers it. No job to start with, the state. The state will go to the goddamn moons for its Prussian Gabrians. Can you believe it? People are starving here, and it's that kind of fucking bullshit that...
I wince and raise my shoulders a little.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't really take any offense to swear words or rude language, but my dad was never terribly fond of them, and I've grown unused to their bite. The harsher ones, anyway. It's a bit shocking to hear one in that tone. Yeah, very sheltered.
I was just gonna say sheltered.
Like, obviously beyond family but society levels of shelter.
I wonder if she has like a literal bubble surrounding her that we just don't see. That she's rolling around it at all times, like a hamster ball.
That'd be fun. I decided to look back at the television, feeling embarrassed on David's behalf for reasons beyond my immediate comprehension. It airs the same sport for all of 4 seconds before cutting out. When the picture returns, a twisty and intricate crest, a duck flying over a sword and pickaxe looks like, appears on the screen, set against a noble blue. Could this be a team logo? An address to the audience from the coach and captain? Ooh, I want to see. I lean back a few feet from the counter until I'm supporting myself so slightly with my fingers and mostly with the stool's 2 hind legs.
Speaking of stools, I'll be right back, Chris.
Okay, we'll pause.
I'm kidding, I'm just gonna take a piss.
Flip the mute thing on your mic, please.
So, haha. Is it recording? How about now? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I do this thing quite frequently where I find a toilet and I urinate into it. I've been seeing a doctor about it, but it's like that movie Liar Liar when Jim Carrey goes to take a piss and he's like in there forever and the whole courtroom can hear him. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Is that recorded? Can we cut that separately from the rest of all the audio and just upload that onto my channel?
I think the whole format of this would work much better on your channel.
Okay. Okay, well we could do that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Like I could probably fuck around with editing a little bit to cut out something, but most of it.
I read most of this, but we're back. Let's see.
My audio levels are...
Yes, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. I lean a few feet back from the counter until I'm permissibly move the side of my fingers. I read this already. Stools, that's right, here we are. Most of it's stools, 2 hind legs. Honestly, the warmth of the beer has not completely dissipated. David, what is that?
Holy... George, turn it up!
The person who was wiping glasses behind the counter raises his eyebrows slightly and reaches listlessly for the remote. When it's in his hands, he turns and gives the television a tired glance. The crest on the screen wakes his eyes immediately and soon smashing the volume up. Smash! You know, he's smashing that volume up just like you guys need to be smashing that subscribe button. Yep,
smash that subscribe button, then hit it again, smash the dislike button, then hit it again, and then hit the like button, and then hit the... How does this work on YouTube?
You gotta smash the dislike button or the like button. It doesn't matter. If you hate it, if you like it, let us know. And then smash that subscribe button many times. And then, you know what? Go and leave a comment. And then comment on other people's comments. We don't care. Be friendly. Be assholes. We don't care. Just say whatever's on your mind.
And watch the video. And, you know, go ahead, use ad block. Probably not going to add, you know, advertisements.
Leave the rest of this video. Go AFK. Leave the rest of the video playing and be AFK. It doesn't matter. Yeah. As long as you smash that like button.
Like the part, just like the part where I went and took a piss and I forgot to turn the mic off. That was gold content.
YouTube
Liquid gold content.
Gold, shined, polished. That YouTube poop. Polished right into God. YouTube gold.
I should also do YouTube poops. Fucking love those.
Old school YouTube poop memes.
But make sure that if you smash the subscribe or fucking whatever buttons that you do it an even number, odd number of times, because otherwise you know, like you click like, and then you click it again, and it's unliked, and then if you click it again,
so do it an even number of times, so that way it leaves out, so it comes out with a 0 sum.
Okay, well we can do that then. Just randomly smash the buttons until you feel satiated, and then just leave.
Perfect. All right. Moving on. I hear David shifting at my right, and it sounds as though he's turning the direction of Cyrus and the other man.
Clark, get over here.
Oh, so that man's name Clark. Clark and Cyrus look at David strangely and Strange look at another, and then they begin rushing over. I find their antics confusing and unwarranted. What's the big deal over this? In a few moments, a whole gaggle of men surround the television like geese. Because gaggle. Even the waiter has stopped cleaning tables to watch. I know that sports are popular and all, but this is a little bit much, isn't it? I've been doing a lot of the narration, and then their thoughts of Cyrus. You should read this.
This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message.
Oh.
The message will begin in 40 seconds. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will begin in 30 seconds.
Goodness, this is it, isn't it? The thing. The problem. Oh no. No, I'm not ready for this. Clearing up garbage is one thing, but this is completely another thing. I don't even know what exactly.
It's the pronoun game.
I search Cyrus's eyes for something to comfort my spirits, but I find nothing and do not know why I bothered at all. His face is indiscernible as ever. Aside from the serious brow and lip, of course. A message will begin in 10 seconds.
I was trying to do Cyrus's face and I was staring at you.
I know. Oh. I saw it. Crap.
Goodbye. The message will play now.
The crest vanishes, revealing a man in a suit at a desk, a dapper brown suit, and a large brown desk. Imagine he must be important, as the crest from before is quite brazenly carved into the wood of its furniture. For the man himself, he looks older than Cyrus, which is ancient at worst and age 60 at least. He looks very tired. His face is worn. His expression does nothing for the mood. He does have some fake-looking hair, though. That's pretty funny. Like Trump. Yes, we went there.
Whoa, parallels.
I almost have a small chuckle, but given the severe expression of my company, I decided it would be best to stifle it. You got this?
I got
okay,
this.
Do a good one. Better be good.
Brighton, Brighton, we have endured. As a people, as a country, as a workforce, we have endured these past 120 years. Surely you are all very, very tired. I, my people, my friends, am very, very tired.
The word sobering meant little to me before this, but I completely understand it at this moment. The way this man carries himself, his speech, and his dour voice have all combined to chill the warmth from my head. Set my stool back down and have an actual seat. Look at the monitor with certain intensity. The man has me engaged.
I'm tired of the media portraying our common man the fool, an ignorant sort all too glad to do the deeds of his betters. Tired of these foreign companies providing us work and wages that we will celebrate for only pennies more. Tired of hearing my people say in passing into normalcy, no, I do not know if we will eat today, perhaps tomorrow. Brighton, I am tired of our masters. I am so tired.
I think he's tired.
I'm sleepy. People of Brighton, we've grown so used to freedom that we've forgotten that we are not free. This chair and this desk, this stage of an office, which I play my part, is evidence of that.
I offer a serious and composed look to Cyrus. If I'm understanding correctly, and I can't say I'm one for understanding much of anything in this world, it seems that this leader is not as much of a leader as he might like, which frankly I don't quite get. The way leadership works back home, at least on large scale, is that several especially intelligent and reasonable people rule over all of us. The idea of power being not enough or being famed seems complicated to me. Like, what's the point? Why the show? I'd like to ask Cyrus about it, but he isn't returning my gaze, and instead remains focused on the television. I suppose I'll have to just keep listening.
But I am not here to tell you the troubles of our state. I am not here to tell you the glory of our fathers. I am here to confirm the quiet whispers through the alleys and the worried murmurs of Gabrielle.
Pardon?
Consider this a threat. People of Gabria, you have 4 hours to comply with my demands, or a nuclear weapon will be launched at your country.
That can't be good.
Winter, come over here for a minute.
I rise and step over to my mentor, feeling surprisingly clear-headed and befuddled all at once. Takes me from the counter, leaving the 3 gentlemen to discuss whatever is exactly the man just brought up.
Nuclear weapon? The hell was that? What does Barnaby think he's doing?
I can't really believe he did it. What kind of place does he think this is? Sir, could you please break down what just happened? I'm kind of lost here.
Winter.
Ah!
I know we've only just arrived, but did you look at the files you were given at all?
I did.
Have you been paying any attention to anything out here?
I have.
You have. You have. Then explain who that man is. Explain anything.
Don't put me on the spot like that. The leader of Brighton, sir, President Barmody, he's angry about Gabriel, and I'm not an idiot. Gracious, why can't I articulate or explain it any better? I just wanted to clarify some things because I'm shadowing you.
Sorry. I reacted. You reacted out of impulse.
I reacted out of impulse. We all reacted out of impulse. We're all just being very impulsive here.
I read my line. I forget how unprepared life in our world can leave us for these things.
His tone shook me quite a bit and shivering a little. I was going to lie and say I understand, but I'm having a lot of trouble speaking right now. I want to go home.
Winter, you may or may have not realized that this is literally a visual novel. You have no agency in this. There is no yes or no decisions. There is absolutely nothing you can do. There are quick save and load and quick load things that are in other visual novels, but fucking we have yet to encounter a choice.
Mm-hmm.
So, sorry, what?
Yeah, this is going to be a community service. Like, this is not community for service. Yeah, so, yeah, no agency.
Yeah, no agency.
There's no community agency.
I read that exactly line for
exactly.
word.
I know that.
Hey, eyes straight, Harrison. Allow me to be frank. Brace yourself, because there are... Holy shit. Because there may be a lot of dying happening soon.
Dying? But...
I'm shocked, honestly. I figured those rumors I heard from Clark were only that.
Hold it. Death? I just thought...
As far as we knew, this world hadn't even developed nuclear weapons yet.
What did I think? You said weapon. Am I daft?
Though with her strides in utilizing nuclear fission... like a punk. Like some sort of punk, she's a punk and she's daft.
No, we just got this claimed now.
Oh, fuck! we need to sing off-key next time so that it doesn't automatically capture, because, alright.
Good idea.
Though, with our strides in utilizing nuclear fusion for electricity, I suppose it was only a matter of time.
People are going to die? It's people dying? Just slow down for a second.
I suppose that comes with our job. Not everything can be in the dossiers, right? We smooth out the creases and bring chaos to order.
Slow it down. Calm down.
Though sudden wars are really rare.
War? My mind starts to tumble and my heart tries to explode from my chest. I desperately can't handle this. I'm seizuring on the floor. War isn't something I'm supposed to take care of?
Shut up. Don't excite the locals.
I cover my mouth and raise my shoulders.
Of course they're looking for a war. You can't believe people dying is just a commonality. Do you even think properly?
Wow, I am finding it incredibly hard to do anything properly right now. Shaky, and I turn to see the people at the counter. They thankfully are so engrossed in the president's speech. I look back at Cyrus and speak softly through my fingers. Shouldn't I go home?
Yeah.
Oh.
This was supposed to be something like diplomacy. Goes to show you how important it is to get a look at the situation yourself. Anyway, if what I heard was right, we don't have the time to get you out of here without causing a scene. As you should know, interplanar shifts take longer to prepare than just moving from place to place. But I'll protect you no matter what happens, Winter. And you know how to escape if you really must.
Yes. I don't know if I want to do that anymore, though if he's talking about maybe dying...
Of course, we don't have a lot of time in general. His demands I couldn't care less about, but this deadline... 4 hours. Consider this a powerful lesson and come with me.
We proceed to the exit the bar without saying goodbye. It seems like it's time to get to work. It's too bad that I'm terrified. Take the streets at a quick pace, Cyrus leading to wherever. I find it difficult to keep up with him, though. And in more ways than one, my head is still swimming from the mention of war. What level is the war, do you think?
You mean, what level do I think it'll be? It hasn't happened. With any luck. Crystal, stop reading my goddamn lines.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
With any luck, it won't.
Luck?
I'm thinking this could be like a 4 on the scale.
4? 4? Oh gracious. 4 is 1 away from 5 and 2 away from 6, which is terrible. 6 is very, very terrible. The worst, because that is 5 more than 1.
She's so
Even 4, war without rules. That must be particularly gross. It was a very disturbing prospect, so disturbing that I grabbed my hair and almost shut my eyes. What exactly is this? What will happen?
Test. What do you think?
Is this really time for tests?
Be appreciative that I'm even doing this work, Winter.
He seems so much more angry than before. How irksome. What do I think? Could it be? Well, first of all, Gabriel will respond to Brighton's threat.
Possibly.
Possibly? Why wouldn't they?
I'll answer that for you, because it might work in their favor to ignore it.
I don't get it.
Just think, Winter.
Oh, okay. Just think. Wonderful advice, you... Well, maybe they just don't care at all about Brighton, and they'll use this tantrum as an excuse to destroy them.
That's...
nonsensical. I know. Keep pointing out how I'm like a fish attempting to walk.
That's right, Winter. You're right about why they wouldn't respond.
What? How absurd! Isn't Gabriel a leech on Brighton's back? They need Brighton, so why would they want to destroy it?
Well, they wouldn't actually destroy Brighton. What they would do is invade and take away what little freedom and independence this country still clings to. Then they would be able to take advantage of the citizens in ways unprecedented.
What a disgusting thought. I can hardly even imagine it.
All right, now here's another question. Why does Brighton think it can take on Gabriel?
Damn it, Cyrus. How should I know?
The same way you knew the first answer.
I was bullshitting.
Language.
Sorry, sir.
Thinking about recent events might help.
Goodness, is he trying to get me to think in the place of murderers? Those are boots I would not like to fill. I guess I'd have to, though. You mentioned recent events. I can't think that the minimum wage increase would embolden this country enough to believe they could stand against an obviously superior nation, especially with how unimpressed the president seemed to be about it. Even David wasn't terribly excited. Oh, David. What was it David mentioned? Their new army. The person I spoke with, his name was David. He said that Brighton had gotten the military recently to defend their border country, Ferdia. He said it was because Ferdia was dangerous and ignores treaties, but isn't it more likely that this army was actually created to engage with Gabbria? With an actual military and what seems to be a new kind of weapon, just judging from how the locals reacted, then that would explain their confidence. I think.
See, Winter, you are cut out for this.
Hey, don't reference thing I mumbled to myself before we came here, creep.
Then you understand the situation?
Yes, but I'm curious, isn't this more like a level 5 war?
As Brighton and Gabbria are technically separate, I can't call what might happen a civil war.
Then it's a technicality. Just a technicality? I figured Brighton and Gabbria were still very close.
Well, look at you. You're all calm.
I frown with indignation. I'm not at all calm if this is essentially a level 5 war.
Well, you look it.
I do not let up with my frown. Big frown. Big frown.
This is like really, like a really engaging story.
It is.
I fucking love it. Well, that isn't all there is. How this might proceed largely has to do with what level I would give this potential war.
Sarah stops, and I stop and turn. We're now in front of a fountain. Took me the entire time till now to realize that the city streets are deserted. The doorways are even clear of those ragged children who would ask us for pennies. Could it be that everyone is listening to the address? Before I can drift off and Cyrus looks down at me. Don't look down at me.
A nuclear weapon is one that can kill a lot of people and destroy a lot of things almost instantly.
Excuse me?
Honestly, Winter, what did you think I meant earlier when I said a lot of dying could be expected? I won't go into the details, but it's not something you've been taught about yet. I dealt with it before, though. You were lucky.
I am not lucky at all. Not even the slightest, littlest slightest. Nope. What kind of thing is that? Is it magic?
Yeah, pretty much. You're right, Winter. You know, you're always right. I'm gonna go over here, you stay right there, and you wait about 5 hours. All right, just chill for about 5 hours. I'm gonna go find a portal. I'll be right back. This isn't a magical world, Winter. Oh, so they have magical worlds. It's
Interesting.
Yeah. I think the higher-ups, you won't be going to those just yet. They're less fun than they sound.
I should not be going to worlds with wars either.
Good point. You can check your codex for information about what we'll be dealing with, if you'd like. I need to contact support and update them anyway, so at least it'll give you something to do while you wait.
What was it called exactly? Just nuclear weapon seems rather broad, like spear weapon or fruit drink. They're going to launch the fruit drink at their country. We are covered in strawberry sundae.
Fuck you guys, you just wasted a daiquiri. I believe that makes it a fusion bomb. Oh, I believe that it's a fusion bomb. While Barnaby didn't specify, the rumor also supports it. Also, it makes sense considering they're reactors.
Reactors?
You forgot? We saw them when we first arrived. This country uses fertilizer.
Fertilizer. To power the country is run on fertilizer.
So the greatest people. This country uses fusion reactors for power.
Ah, right. The looming and shadowy giants that stand on the distant steps? Must be French. Latin. Okay. I remember not wanting to remember them. They were disconcerting. Like many other things here, they looked a mess, and unlike many other things, they vibrated. I thought they were going to violently break apart.
Anyway. Just innuendo all night. It's hard to stop.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, fusion mobs should be under weapons, obviously. It's not technically pure fusion, but most worlds can do only so much.
not pure?
Well, it's a limited reaction jump-started by fission. True fusion bombs are rather like man-made stars.
Stars are beautiful.
Not the word I'd use for those. Just keep the distinction in mind and read that fusion bomb entry.
Right. Understood. I mumble this as Cyrus turns from me and begins raising his wrist to his mouth. He suddenly pauses, though, and addresses me again.
Oh, and Winner, while you're at it, check out the appropriate entries pertaining to this world. Always mind your codex. It could save lives. It's at the bottom left of your screen. There is a new codex entry. It's next to auto and skip.
Has that been there this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just kind of noticed it too. Anyway, I apologize for breaking the fourth wall. It could save lives, not breaking the fourth. Fuck. Anyway, remember to keep tabs on it.
Understood, sir. I look at my own wrist. Both of us are sporting bracelets which look very similar to stylish and thin digital watches. We have to regularly hide them from view as they are advised and really suspicious looking things, usually.
Hey, it's Cyrus. You guys probably haven't noticed there's trouble at this world? Yes, more trouble. Cut the cutesy crap. This isn't the time. I'm actually...
Oh, he's actually... what, exactly? I look at him. He notices that I'm listening, shifts a little, and walks out of my range of hearing. What is that is worrisome. I look back at my wrist device, ICD. Interplanar Communication Device. A name which does not exactly cover all that it does. It carries a database, it tells time, and probably 1,000 other things. As it is fancy. Honestly, if there's anything magical that I've encountered so far as a student mediator, it's most certainly the ICD. Science, magic, or some such. Basically does everything. It is how we get to other worlds and teleport around them, and I can open up a tiny pocket dimension for holding things. An inventory, it's called. I think it's pretty cool. Facepalm?
Let's just call it an inventory, quote unquote, and also put a link to it on the screen so that we can quick access.
And it came from my own world. I would never have imagined. Right, now I need to access the codex. I focus this thought, open the codex, and the device recognizes the command, as it's linked with my mind, which is awesome. A tiny holographic screen emits the device in a rather inconspicuous fashion, yet still in an acceptably readable size. Begin to navigate the database, searching for, well, let's see. Sewell, Brighton, Galabria, and Feria too, I suppose. I think I'll leave Fusion Bomb for last.
Oh god.
We are here, okay.
Oh god,
we have stuff to read.
Dude, are we making choices now?
Oh crap, we are an hour and a half into this and we're actually doing something interactive now. Holy shit.
Oh, I feel so empowered.
Brighton.
Let's learn.
What order do you want to read these in? We have choice now.
This is fucking choice.
I don't know.
I mean,
we have agency. What do we want to read? We could just not read anything and leave.
Fucking resume it. We don't want to know about
We don't want to know anything?
Fuck all this shit, man. It's not important. Cyrus is just gonna say it anyway.
Certainly, this is amazing. I smile pleasantly in admiration of technology.
Just kind of open up and...
Most unfortunately, my smile is very, very temporary. As it turns out, the fusion bomb is incredibly horrible.
As we read that.
We read that.
Most definitely.
Should we actually read it?
Fucking no, man. It's just when you combine hydrogen and it goes... hydrogen...
Excuse me.
With the plutonium and the enriched uranium.
Oh shit, I'm dying. Okay. I think I'm actually okay. I think I'm not gonna die.
Be okay after you're dead.
Okay. It is a weapon that will detonate and destroy everything in a large radius with disturbing rapidity.
Just like her. They're all gonna die.
In its wake is a kind of miasma so powerful it sticks to a place for several decades before dissipating.
It's not a magical world, Winter!
It causes sickness to those who did not die and greatly increases the chance of cancer and mutations in the children of its survivors. Once again, I am affronted by the sense of unreality that has persisted since my introduction to this mediatorum. This is not even something you would read about in storybooks. This is not a thing one can imagine. Why would you kill somebody else? Why would you kill hundreds, thousands, millions, and what's more, with such effect? What does that accomplish? I said I would not understand it for a long time, that it would be covered later on in my schooling, and that until then I would not be allowed to mediate wars. I need to understand this now, though. It may go down a matter of hours. What will happen if I remain this foolish ignorance of mine?
What do you mean, if?
My heart thumps, my stomach twists. I put my hand over my mouth and squeeze my eyes shut. I'm not the type to freak out, but I am freaking out a lot today.
Winter!
Ah!
Come on, calm down. We'll make it through this, and you'll be better for it, okay?
Close my cortex and look at Cyrus, who has placed his hand on my shoulders.
Don't close your cortex, for Christ's sakes. You need that.
I needed to think. The gesture does not help. For some reason, it makes me feel worse. My heart tightens and tears escape from my lids. I feel the same feeling that comes when I imagine how it would be if my dad were to die. Only the feeling is much more disorienting and disgusting. I answer Cyrus with a warbling voice. My emotions are in tatters. I'm sorry, sir, but I don't understand. I'm sorry, I'm stupid.
Winter, come on, hey. You aren't stupid. You're a smart girl.
I am. I'm incredibly stupid. You know it.
You're just a bit hard-headed. It's okay. You're young, Winter, and you're strong, too. You're strong, Winter.
I just don't get it. I'm sorry. I raise my head and look at his face. Through my tears, I can see Cyrus's cheeks are more flushed than my own. He jumps a little as if we're startled and hugs my head to his chest. Oh shit, I can't read with your with your arm over my face. His heart is beating very fast, and I clutch the bottom of his shirt. When he speaks, his voice reverberates through his body in a powerful way, so powerful that I lost my place. Where am I? So powerful that I even feel more confident.
We will not fail.
I lift my head and look at him. He shivers and looks from me to the fountain.
I'll make sure of it. But only if you shape up.
I'm terrified.
I know.
Okay.
Let's finish this up, alright?
I push away from him and wipe my eyes and cheeks.
Wait, the snot from my... yeah.
I feel as though this is too much for me to take. It's hard to have faith in Cyrus. The further I go down the path of a mediator, the harder it is for me to have faith in anything. Still, I feel it is so wrong, then I ought to stop it, right? I should stop this from happening at all. Excuse me, Ira.
Bless you. God bless you.
I should stop this war, plainly and simply.
But you gotta have faith.
I steel myself and stare directly into Cyrus's eyes, sure to convey my conviction. Sir.
Yes?
I'm confident that we'll succeed here too. I'll also make sure that we will not fail.
That mindset is good, Winter Harrison. Hold on to it. It's easy to lose. Alright. Let's kill the president.
My soul decides to flee from my chest. What?
What? That's the obvious course of action.
That isn't. No, it's not. That's the least obvious thing.
Oh, then what's the most?
Talk to him. Convince him that he shouldn't do the thing he wants to do.
Winter, we don't have the time for diplomacy.
What? Mediation is all about diplomacy.
No, it isn't. I shouldn't even have to tell you that. Mediators are simply neutral parties that enter worlds with problem, like alcoholism. Mediators are simply neutral parties that enter worlds with problems, assess the situation, and solve the issues by whatever means necessary.
You really are scum.
What?
I look him in the eye, nearly snarling. What is this, sir? I'm deaf? Every student knows how you handle things. That's right. People talk about you. Everyone knows you're murderous and cold. Ugh. And don't talk to me like I'm that stupid. I remember what they said at orientation. I know that setting existence to balance is totally important. I know how needed it is, but I thought we were more heroic than that. And I can't believe I felt confident because of you. Do you even hear yourself? What is necessary? We shouldn't lower ourselves to that barbaric level. I'm really starting... Oh, that's you.
Oh.
That's your line.
I'm really starting to tire of your lip, Harrison.
Oh. M.
Nelson here. Many in Brighton do not support aggression against Gabrielle, I've heard. That's only natural. War is a terrible thing. Furthermore, while their poverty extends far, it can be argued that this situation is for the best. Barnaby does not see that, though. He sees his own solution as the only solution. The people do not side with him. That is at least one issue that needs to be addressed. They must support him. They must feel that his decision is right. So, I will kill him. In doing so, the blame should be placed upon Gabrielle, and it should be clear to the populace that they have an enemy to fight.
What is he saying? Was all that talk before to prepare me to accept this evil? To prepare me for these calculated deaths? You're just asking me to support killing the man, aren't you? You're going to allow the nuclear bomb to be launched as well. Are you insane? I can't sit by and allow that.
You've underestimated the plight of these people. For Barnaby, who has no real power, to wrest it for himself in such a dramatic fashion suggests that he is not willing to listen to reason. If we had longer than 4 hours, then it would have perhaps been possible to change his mind. But like this, just forget it. That nuke will be launched. All we can do is unite these people before they go to war. We can still bring this nation into order.
Order?
Does that bother you? Stability is paramount, Winter. So cool your head. Think about this logically already. Being a mediator isn't a thing of emotion.
That's...
What?
It's only your opinion, and you're only one person.
Don't act as though you know anything.
I don't know a lot, but what I do know is that murder is the worst thing a person can do. So horrible and disgusting and terrible that we don't even write about it, and it never happens. What is this fantasy land that they live in?
I don't know. I'd like to visit there.
I would too.
It sounds really nice.
It does sound very nice. Except that all the people are dumb and stupid in the sense, but they don't have the problems we have. So maybe it's not really them being dumb. Yeah, I don't know.
And like if we went there, we'd be like the smartest fucking people. Because we'd be like, yeah, war's a thing.
We probably wouldn't be allowed there with all. Having grown up here, we'd turn the plate. We'd be the downfall of their society if we went there. Probably.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't introduce the apple to Eve and Adam. Whatever. Why, you want to rebel against me again?
I don't know. I don't know if I should because you're kind of right. It
doesn't look like it. Or like you even have an option to say yes or no.
They're so tainted by their troubles that it's doubtful I could convince the president to stop this. Killing him instead, though? Letting the nuke go off, too? Could I even forgive myself for that? Yet, we probably don't have much time. From what I read about what I've heard, it seems that that weapon can be released very easily, very soon.
Winter.
Blast, I need more information. We didn't read the codex. What information do we have and don't have?
Oh, shit.
Are you saying that preventing the launch in war is impossible?
I'd mentioned that before. With luck, it won't be. With the president gone and the only remaining leader being a backup, there may be at least a delay on the bomb, which would give us more time to...
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Can I go back? I can go back.
Oh,
okay.
God. No.
I got us back.
No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is canceled.
We skipped through time. We skipped 5 seconds of time.
We are time travelers in dimensions. And
Yeah, sure. We can go back. We just went back.
With the delay with their president gone, with their president gone and the only remaining leader being a backup, there may be at least a delay in the bomb, which would give us some more time to attempt other plans. The death of the president could also lead to Gabrielle taking Brighton much more seriously, since it signals a dangerous level of civil unrest. In which case, Gabrielle would probably unleash this nation completely before they even had the chance to launch the nuke. Alternatively, there is a small chance, a very small chance, that Gabrielle will give in to Barnaby's demands. In the likely case that none of these possibilities come to pass, however, you can still expect the relations between Gabrielle and Brighton to proceed much differently from now on. Brighton citizens will believe that Gabrielle has a stranglehold on them so complete that they can kill their president less than an hour after a threat of aggression. Some will be in fear to rebel against such power, but many will be emboldened into the belief that Gabrielle has gone too far. What's more, once that bomb has gone off, the civilians won't be afraid for much longer. The fusion bomb holds unprecedented power here. Nobody understands it, not even Brighton. It could separate these two muddled nations and produce a new order. As an added bonus, once they see its power and grow to fear it, it's probable this world will never see a nuclear weapon launched again. If Barnaby were to launch it now without his nation's consent, the people would condemn him as a tyrant. It could lead both to a civil war and an international one. We need to make him a martyr, a hero in death. He will be a sacrificial symbol of Brighton loyalty, and the people will follow him posthumously.
Gracious. He seems so sure of himself.
Yeah, I've done it before.
Probably has. Would this really be for the best? Would this bring about order? What should I do?
Oh my god, Christopher!
We have a choice.
Oh my god.
Okay, so this is something that was going in my head. I was wondering if we were going to get this choice. First off, the story's kind of interesting, the premise.
It is, so...
Now, there's two things. Like, I actually think Cyrus is making a lot of sense. Like, the things he's saying make a lot of sense.
It's true that he's bounced around from... He's world-weary, like multiple world-weary, many world-weary.
And he seems to have thought a lot of this stuff out. The possible implications and stuff. The thing is, though, a lot of these role-playing things usually get the better or more interesting story results. It involves you kind of playing the character.
Or metagaming.
Metagaming it a bit. And I think she would try and rebel. And that's why I kind of want to do that. For the record, I think Cyrus is probably the smart thing to do. That makes me want to rebel.
She's a little emotional right now. She's not used to the whole aspect and prospect of war. She would probably rebel, I would agree.
We're both a little dry on our drinks. You should grab the thing and we should refill. With that guy. The wonderful what is it? Kentucky bourbon? Something like that.
Be right back from all the way over yonder.
It's from the other side, from the shelf on the other side of the room. We bring you the most American sounding name of alcohol ever.
You have a couple.
Eagle Rare. One of those is mine.
Oh.
I don't know which one, but you should probably take...
don't worry about it. I'll pour it without the...
Let me narrate this for you. The cork was still in, and he started tipping the bottle, and the cork was still in.
Well, I mean, sometimes, in other worlds, it would actually...
It's a one-directional thing that lets liquid flow through it.
Yeah. All right, tell me when.
Just the same amount that you gave yourself is fine. We'll save a tiny bit of the bottle for a late, lonely night later on in life.
Here's a little bit more I give myself. Actually, how about you take the bigger one? I'll give you the bigger one.
Okay.
Because I've been drinking.
Far more than I have. There you go.
I'm still not blacked out yet, so that's good. Actually, let me bring that over here. I mean, it's hard to believe with the amount of quality and consistency that's going on here, that this is our first, you know, kind of Let's Play experience. I would.
Yeah, we're leaving our mics on as we're taking shits in the bathroom.
There's a piss.
You said stool. Speaking of stools,
I know, but then I was like, no, I'm kidding.
I don't know this, but the people watching, they know because they got to hear it all.
Guys, you know what happened. Trust me, it was.
We're getting
awesome.
We're getting no ad revenue from this because no one wants to put ads on this shit.
Actually, I think Depends. We had an offer from Depends, didn't we? There was an offer from Depends, Huggies, Pampers. Did you not get those? They just send them to me.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed to the email. I don't follow the main email for this.
I think it's because I always leave my mic on when I piss. And they're just like,
hey, you know,
this guy's.
If anyone wants to if any people that manufacture catheters want to sponsor us by giving us some free stuff,
free catheters,
we will jump right on that and we will shill your shit for you.
We might not use it, but we will definitely. I mean, do you want to shove something up your pee hole?
No, I don't.
I mean...
But I mean, if we don't have to get up and leave.
That's a really good point.
I know.
Holy shit. That's like a universal Let's Player kind of thing. Maybe we could shill catheters for other LPers.
Then we can just do, you know, a 48-hour marathon and be dead at the end of it.
Fucking hell yeah. Like, yeah.
Speaking of disappointing deaths, are we thinking we want to go the rebel route, or I want to for story's sake.
What the hell happens when she rebels?
Okay, it's probably a bad outcome, but let's do it anyway. Rebel.
Hell.
There isn't a question about this. I need to stop him, or I need to try, if only to keep my sanity and knowing I did my best. I need to convince Cyrus not to go through with this. I won't follow you.
I can't believe this. Are you even listening to anything I'm saying?
Are you listening to me?
No, you're just a kid.
Hey.
Company.
Well, do. I have lots of things to say to you.
All right, how about this? If you can seriously convince me that this isn't the right choice, Novice, then I'll follow you to the bitter end.
There won't be a bitter end.
Not if I have anything to do about it.
Just shut up and listen.
I'm listening.
Dancing music. Ellipses. Dot, dot, dot to the music.
Dot, dot.
Oh,
holy shit.
Yeah, inform him that this is awful. Question him regarding the frequency of his murderous behavior. Caution him about the country's people and their potentially ill reactions. Well, only one of these sound like a reasonable option to go after. Well, clearly it's insult him. Go for the ad hominem.
Right.
No, two of these are ad hominem, and the other one's the only one that makes sense in the argument to me.
That's true, but in the state she's in, she seems a little emotional, but also like if she thought about it for a second, maybe. I think in this situation, maybe she would kind of, after having been directly asked.
I really want to go now and read the codex, but it's not letting us. I'm looking in the bottom corner, and the button's not there.
It's gone. I'd say number 3. I would say caution, because it seems like what she's trying to do now,
She's trying to put her immature and sheltered brain into critical thinking mode to convince this person, because that's he's thought everything out so well that'd be the only way to do it.
Yeah, he's been thinking critically, so now she's going to give it
a shot. Hey, shot.
This is more than that. That is good.
Okay. We're doing it. Oh, I kind of don't want to take time out of it. This music's gotten me too much into it.
Are you certain that the people of Brighton will be okay with this?
Like I said, most of the people don't. Like I said, most of the people don't even agree with Barnaby.
Don't agree with what, sir?
With a war. We've been over this.
Oh, so you went around Brighton with a little survey, eh? Check yes if you think Barnaby's a prat. You certainly are an amazing mediator. I didn't even notice.
Not only was I told that many disagreed, it follows that they should. After all, their president is a tool and they live painfully. They also live peacefully. Why would they agree with all such a holy shit? Why would they all agree with such a drastic measure?
Listen, what you're proposing is a grand ruse over all of them, simply to paint Gabrielle more a villain. What if they don't follow your expectations? If they don't unite, what if you're found out? What chaos then awaits them?
It's pronounced chouse.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, it's cool. Whenever we see the word chouse, we'll pronounce it correctly. It'll be fine.
No, it won't. These people are far too tense to be fine after the president is murdered with their own borders.
Now she has a voice.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know.
Neither would you. Can you see the future? I'm trying to get into a character of being emotional in this.
Find it. We're fucking around right now. We're fucking right now. Just so hard.
We're fucking around with our well-endowed penises, which we started this off. See, we just brought it around full circle. Full circle.
Because you can when you're well-endowed.
Exactly.
If it's too short, you'd probably break something.
I mean, you've all heard about, shit. What's he called? Who was it? The man from Nantucket. You've all heard about him.
Oh, yeah. He was well-endowed.
Yeah,
so...
and he can't have seen the past. As Cyrus is saying here.
There once was a man from Nantucket who was so well-endowed that he could fit his penis in his mouth.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how the rhyme goes. Exactly.
I think it's from Children's Hospital.
Sailor's limerick of some sort, I imagine.
It is an old one. I can't, but I've seen the past.
Well, I see the present. Killing the president would just as easily tear this country apart as you think it would unite it. I think that was a good start. It's at least it's certainly entertaining me now. I'll continue then. Oh shit.
Didn't listen to the speech. Reminding of
Militaristic border Ferdia.
She was talking to the guy in the bar for a while, so she probably kind of leaned to what he was saying.
Mother Country Gabrielle. The speech you did not listen to.
We didn't look at the codex.
We didn't look at the codex.
You know, like metagaming wise, so these two are kind of like
one of the bottom two. It's hard to know what it is that she's referencing to those because we didn't read the codex.
That's what I'm saying.
Should we read it after making this next decision?
Yeah, actually, whatever.
I can maybe go back and read it. Do we want to see if we can read it? Do we want to read it?
That'd be cheating. Let's do it.
Oh, okay. Cheating. We're cheaters. Codex. Okay.
Only
Brighton.
because we're well endowed.
Yes, we're well endowed. We can get away with this. Okay.
Holy shit! Let me put my reading eyes on. Ow.
We want to trade articles maybe. Okay.
Brighton is a minor society on S8659541 Sewell with a strong historical and present connections to both Gabbria and Ferdia.
Are you the Pokedex?
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
It is a water-type Pokemon with several rich mineral deposits.
A site of several rich mineral deposits. It was previously a Gabrian colony, but gained independence in 120 Sewell years ago. It also shares a large portion of its border with Ferdia, and a truce has been signed between Gabbria and Ferdia connecting the territory. Brighton was still a colony at the time. Although Brighton shares the technological advancements of its mother country, it does not share in its prosperity. It is also economically weak by comparison. The Brighton people are hardworking and closely knit group. Reset.
Logic error.
Brighton is a minor society on S86594. What? Skipping ahead. It does not share in its prosperity. Its economically weak by comparison. The Brighton people are hardworking and closely knit group, and tend to describe themselves metaphorically as ants. The society has not yet been visited. Changing personality. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that voice ever again. Dear God.
No, I don't. I know I just pointed at myself and said I want to read the next one, Chris, but let me grab the mouse here for a second.
Holy shit, this is like, we're doing actual like legit research here.
I would love to read about Ferdia.
You know what? We're going to do the type of research, reading through this, that Winter said she did, where she just kind of skimmed through it and didn't really read it at all. It's a direct democracy, unusual boldness, extraordinary territorial protectiveness, people, location, oh gosh.
Being violent and stuff.
Forget that they never.
251 wars.
They are the internet. They are anonymous. They never forget slights against their people, and have been expanding violently their borders to scare off people and other enemies.
They're like hackers on steroids.
Believed to have initiated 251 wars and participated in 253. Holy shit! Stereotyped as a violent nation of roughhousing. While true to a point, they tend to be incredibly defensive, quick-tempered, blah, 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 blah. Joyful, they are generally quite joyful and creative.
Jovial.
They are also the least discriminatory nation on Sewell.
They'll bomb everybody equally.
Yeah, that's actually the expression of theirs, that they hate everyone equally.
Really? Yeah. I didn't even fucking read that.
But the truth is, they're surprisingly open to immigration and cultural diversity. It seems that they only ever take issue with countries themselves rather than the country's people. Oh, that's awfully enlightened of them, I suppose-ish. Mediators be advised, blah, blah, but do not fall for later. They're in blah, 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 blah. Currently focusing on artistic endeavors, somewhat isolationist doctrine.
Okay, so
constantly honed military.
Let's skip from America to Ferdia to the fusion bomb.
Okay. Okay.
Note, this entry concerns fusion weapons, which are initiated by fission. For pure fusion weapons, see the entry on 2 fusion. Fusion bombs, also known as nukes, are highly destructive weapons, fueled primarily by nuclear fusion. Their power ranges anywhere from obliterating cities to entire countries, all in a few moments. Due to this, their possession is quite often inefficient. Fucking hell. Rebooting. Fucking error.
To expound, fallout is the result of nuclear weapons detonation. We kind of know this. This is general stuff about radiation sickness. Symptoms include fevers, disorientation, fatigue, headaches, hair loss, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and internal bleeding.
No, that's the miasma, remember? It's the miasma it's not radiation.
It's magic. It's not science, it's magic. Increased risk of cancer, mutation, survivor. Okay. Although systems refer to these weapons as products of fusion, not entirely true. While fusion is certainly part of the process, the reaction must first be started by using nuclear fission. An atomic nucleus, often that of uranium, splitting. Reason is usually begun with fusion due to the incredible energy and pressure required for nuclear fusion. For most societies, fission is the only method available for producing the required energies. If proper level of energy is reached, nuclear fuel, often hydrogen, will begin to fuse with itself and continue a new element, often helium. This reaction is significantly more destructive than that of fission, to the point that fission bombs are usually quickly declared obsolete once fusion is explored. Fission stage of these weapons is the primary contributor for the radioactive byproducts left by the detonation. Based on what I've understood, Sewell is probably the world we're on. So Gabria, we're on Sewell, wealth, influence, nomadic trading people, reputation, good dealing, eventually value message changed to care from countries, blah blah. The mobility, mercenaries, escorts, secret protection, blah 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 blah. Nomads.
Wait, is that where we? No, we're in Brighton.
We're in Brighton. Gabria is their mother country. That's you know. It's basically like they're America and we are China getting or Taiwan or Philippines that are getting the 30-cent job a day things. That's basically what we got here.
We're fucked.
Yeah. So just imagine them having a nuke and then wanting to bomb America. It's basically that.
So we just kind of like shoot it down over their country so it blows
so
up
it falls
them.
back onto them.
Yeah. Gabriel remains at the top of Sewell society. Is Sewell like the whole fucking...
I think so.
Oh, wait. On Sewell, so this must be the planet
I think it's
itself.
the world that we're on, yeah.
I think I'm gonna unzip this or something. It's attached to me.
Largely responsible for technology advancement on this world, their ingenuity and cleverness, which opportunistic scientific discovery, faster on average systems, their project is... blah, 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 blah. Artificial islands on Sewell's oceans. Interesting.
That's cool.
Or top society, yeah, okay. And Sewell's this world, okay. Did we learn anything from reading that? Just that Ferdia is warlike, but generally accepting of people?
Yeah, they hate everybody equally, is what I learned.
Yeah, but it's like they're really tolerant of other cultures, and it more has to do with like maintaining their borders and making sure that no other country is going to be like trying to just fuck them over. So they like preemptively try to fuck other people over.
America, I mean Ferdia.
So with resume.
We got this.
So I'll continue then. With that in mind, I feel like it's either going to be 1 or 3 is the choice that we want to make here. So probably 3.
Yeah, I would probably say 3 too.
Because we're on the same continent as Ferdia, Brighton is.
Is this backwards?
Yeah. That's on your ear now.
Okay.
There you go.
That's better.
Oh, what do you think?
I think we like sit here for 15 minutes and just fucking dance this shit off, man.
Drop that bass. We're calming down. We're fading out. We're calming down. We're fading out. Ooh, we're back again. We're back again with that kick and bass. Kick and bass.
This is gonna be a separate upload where we just fucking jam out to the music.
Make sure you dig around for that unedited bonus content.
Yeah, there's definitely unedited, mostly unedited probably bonus content, including me urinating. Not visually. You're welcome for that. But if you've ever wanted to hear like ASMR of a man urinating, then
you've come to the right place. Well, not necessarily, but this channel will have it somewhere.
Or a link to it somewhere. Because gods know you need that. I'd say pick number 3. She's antsy, and she wants to not want to do this war. She wants to. She's all about war right now.
Have you considered Ferdia?
Ferdia.
Have you considered Ferdia?
They're no threat to us.
Really? Don't you think that with Brighton's presence dead, they might look at it as a prime opportunity for invasion?
No, I don't.
Why is that?
Well, first of all, attacking Brighton would basically be the same as attacking Gabria, since the two are so closely intertwined. Yes, I'm mocking you. I'm sorry, Winter. I very much doubt that Gabria would sit idly by as another country attempts to seize their workhorse, even if I said workhorse as an uppity one. I also don't think Ferdia would be willing to wage war against a major world power and Brighton's new army. Lastly, it's not as though Brighton will just shut down once the president's killed. This sort of government has replacements readily within reach.
Doesn't Ferdia have a history of fighting against odds, though? You really think the threat of Gabria coming to Brighton's defense is enough?
Maybe not alone. You just have to consider the nuclear weapon.
Then don't you think they won't attack because of mutually assured destruction?
Wrong application of the term, Winter. Brighton has nuclear weapons, but Ferdia does not. Brightons are the first on this system as far as we know. In essence, though, yes. Even though Ferdia is a powerhouse, they wouldn't want to risk a nuclear weapon launched in their direction.
No matter how good my start is, if I stumble 1 foot in, then no, cool it, this isn't over yet. Question the confidence he has in himself, show me your discrimination, insult him.
And show me your dick. Show me your dick, number 4.
1, 2, 3, I don't think it exists.
She's gonna do 2. She's just talking.
Yeah, no, she's gonna do 2. I mean, she's not emotional to the ad hominem. She wouldn't do that until after her own determination fails, and then she'll go to ad hominem. So
she rolls a 1 on her determination check.
Show me your determination. You know, I'm actually trying real hard here. I mean, I know that I'm inexperienced. I know that I'm foolish. I know that.
Winter, it's not...
It's the truth, sir. Please don't try and pity me again. You see, I know that I have weakness. I know that I have more than just these 2. I'm still trying, though, despite those things, and I'm being strong as I can. I want to give it my all. I want to have your kind of confidence, but in knowing that every other suggestion would fail before I would even consider killing, and such a large scale. I want to think of murder as an absolute last resort, rather than an immediate solution. I might be championing an ideal, but I know that I'm not entirely wrong. I feel that the situation must have a proper solution, a solution through which nobody dies. So for goodness sake, sir, don't think of me as just some whatever, and even try to bit more seriously. My tongue's twisted. Seriously.
Winter, I don't think you're pathetic or stupid. Winter, I don't think you're pathetic or stupid. Come on now.
Come on now.
No, just listen. I think you're an incredible person, Winter.
Excuse me?
I'd like to bone you.
Oh, shit.
Out. Listen, I'd like to bone you.
Are you making fun of me? Incredible? Seriously?
I said that wrong. It was a little weird.
Yes, very weird.
Sounded like I almost wanted to have sex with you, which I head to head.
I would be fired. I am a teacher.
Yes.
I'm not allowed to do that. That is against the law.
I'm going to turn my eyes away from you now to,
Look over here.
Yes, at this rock. Lovely rock.
Just sitting on the sidewalk.
You have a lot of strength. Not many students would be so rebellious. But Winter, it's also your detriment. You can't just go off on inner strength alone. Things are more complicated than that.
Right, you need endurance with that strength.
Strength, endurance, empathy to kind of understand the situation. Well, I mean, you have to pleasure the situation. You have to tease it and tickle the situation. You know, get the situation ready for your entrance. You know,
Right.
your grand entrance.
Of course.
And then once you've properly lubricated, you know, the system, that's when you insert yourself into the system, and possibly, you know, it takes time, so you need to repetitively insert and remove yourself from the system.
Right.
Insert, remove, in, out, and that's bam, the climax. You win. Your ideas win through, and
at that point, you're just balls deep.
You're absolutely balls deep in the situation. It's like a winter wonderland. It's like Snow White.
And you just stay there and enjoy it, and then after you've taken it all in, you just leave.
Yeah. Have a cigarette. Okay, now.
Have another shot of bourbon.
You can't just fuck people alone, Winter. No, that's not what he said. Whatever. These worlds are different, and it is a fact that I know about them more than you do. So just trust me, all right?
I don't think I can.
Well, fuck.
How should I proceed from here? I suppose the best thing would be to back off for more personal matters.
Well, you could insult me. Just deconstruct his plan. Ask if he is seeking the worst case. See, number 3, you're wasting time because there's a 4-hour limit. Number 2, of course he fucking is.
He's thinking of the worst case scenario. That's all he's been thinking about, and he's thinking about this is the worst case scenario. We do these, and there'll be less worst case scenario.
Number 1, it seems like she's what she's already kind of doing.
I don't think any of these are good options.
Not for her, but yeah. I'd say like number 1 or 3 because she knows number 2 is happening.
I'd say number 1. I don't think any of them are good options, but I'd go with number 1.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Can you tell me more about your plan?
Yeah, what more is there to say? We're gonna fucking nuke everybody. I kill the president. All right, 2 probable outcomes. All right, Gabrielle shuts down Brighton before the the nuke is launched. Or the nuke is, it is launched with the backing of the people. Yeah.
Is that really all there is to it? I mean, I admit that maybe it could work, but this is just so narrow-minded. Aren't there less bloody ways to bring about order here? Furthermore, these are only possibilities, so it's possible they might not work out.
Sure, but it's quick, it's easy, and it leaves a lot of time for additional measures.
Quick and easy, eh? I can't believe what I'm hearing. People's lives are at stake, and you're treating it as if it were a game.
If you hit enough pressure points in the system, things usually work out. Even if they don't, avenues for resolution like 1600 by 900. Avenues for resolution are often made apparent by it.
It's like Qui-Gon Jinn said in Episode 1 of Star Wars, a new solution will present itself.
Yeah. Ooh, Episode 1. Ugh.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah,
the one thing that was pretty good about it.
Liam Neeson's is it. Yeah, Liam Neeson's, we got that Liam Neeson's going on.
Gracious. He says gracious a lot.
She's...
Did you honestly tell me that you go into systems and smash things until they work out? You're the only type who thwacks a computer thinking it will fix the bugs.
No, obviously things aren't that simple. I would like nuke the hard drive and then reinstall Windows.
Ah, but you seem to be all about simple.
Bitch, are you just killing time for us to die here? Alright, listen here, Run. You've only been to one other world before. One. You didn't even mediate it, and it didn't even have a real problem. Poisoned water. Help the simpletons invent a damned filter. Cacao, how did it even get to that point? It was never an issue. Oh, but here you are, with a sole sliver of experience in this odious, sanctimonious air, and you suddenly think you have all the answers. You. Do you not know how long I've been doing this? Do you not know how many worlds I've brought to order? Countless. Appreciate my efforts, scorn them, do what you will, but it doesn't change the fact that they will work more often than not. And hey, you know what? You're right. I don't care for these people anymore. I don't care about knocking one or two of them off their world, and I don't care if a million of them or die. It doesn't bother me at all. All of these problems are their own damned fault. And if they can't get their shit together, and we have to come in and do it for them, what nonsense. Do these, I struggle to even call them people, do they deserve the same respect as those from our world?
Shit.
These murderers, these thieves, these swindlers, these racists and bigots and hateful wastes of life. They're even threatening to murder at least a city of their own. This isn't your utopia, Winter. This world doesn't work like the one you're used to. These worlds, they can be brutal. Winter, if you can't even handle this, if you can't handle this alone, then pack your bags when we return, because this isn't the job for you.
Damn. Drop
Mic drop, yeah. I was
Fucking walk away.
My codex says, that people don't have to die. Oh. Well, I'm sorry, that was too much. Listen, this is just the way things are.
Ellipses. I shake my head. This is the way you are, sir. Just whatever, Mr. Addington. Suppose I should just move on then. Let's see. I have to remember that my questions themselves can speak for or against my position.
Oh, really?
Well, keeping that in mind.
Winter, wait.
What, sir?
Don't ask me any more questions.
Well, suppose you really did break the mood.
I would prefer to ask you something myself, and then we will end it.
That's so? He nods. Fine. I'm not exactly right and ready to ask anything else, I'll admit.
She's still drunk. Right then. Here it goes. Why are you doing this?
Just that? Again, he nods.
Well? Morality and justice are often synonymous, but she's more of the moral. She doesn't look at the bigger picture, it would seem. Or she would be so stunned and silenced by all like the shit that's going on that she would have no answer, I would think.
All of these answers are shit answers, but I think I'm kind of leaning towards the third one.
Yeah, I would assume so too.
All right.
All right, I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to shut my mic off this time. Wink.
Okay.
God, I think it's the alcohol. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, no, that's like very likely. And the fact that you've been like drinking, you've been nursing this gallon of water the whole night too. All right. So here I am all by my lonesome. And this is seems a perfect opportunity for me to plug myself. I do chill, relaxed nonsense on a YouTube channel. youtube.com/ChristopherCraft. It's a really fucking retarded name, but, you know, I'm a nobody, so I can't change it to something that's less retarded. That's Chris Topher Craft in the most retarded way possible. Type it out, cry, CRYSTOPHER Craft. Chris Topher Craft. It's a fucking retarded name. And I do more than Minecraft, unlike the name suggests, so there's a decent amount of that on there. So yeah, go there and watch all those videos, comment on all those videos, give all those videos likes and subscribe. Do all of that shit. And do that for this video too. Whether you hate it or like it, doesn't matter. You hate it, subscribe. We'll give you more shit you hate. You like it, subscribe. We'll give you more shit you like. You have no opinion one way or the other, comment down below and tell us how much you really don't give a shit about any of this. You know, that fountain in the background probably is another psychological factor on us constantly having to go take a piss. It probably doesn't help at all. Not at all. Probably makes all this worse. Very worse.
La da da da, la da da dee. I just went pee, I just went piss, I just went pee. Oh God, it's so dark out here.
What happens when the lights are off?
Did you hear that? With the
The lights are off. That's why it's dark. Welcome back, sir.
Scared me. Actually, I'm getting a little cold. Throw this back. Oh, through the yeah.
I have another theory about the bathroom thing that you didn't hear. Hear the running water of the fountain in the game?
Maybe that's why.
That might have a psychological factor. I was thinking. I just said it to the two people that have stuck around this far. Oh God! I'm being murdered by the gods for having such a low ego. Like 2 people? No. What makes you think 2 people would watch this shit?
I mean, it's
only 1.
No, it's gold, man. This is fucking gold. You put this up on YouTube.
I know.
We'll devour this shit.
2 million. 2 million people is just too big a dream. It's only 1 million.
You hear that? Smash that like button 2 million in
okay.
one time.
I did all of the self promotion while you were taking a piss. Okay. I did that number already.
On my channel, www. How many fucking W's? There's like 18 W's, I think.
www.youtube.com/this fucking guy's channel. And all that's probably taken.
What's my fucking channel?
I don't know. You know what channel it is because it's underneath the video and you can just see it right there.
In the description, as we have clearly put, is my channel, which I know I know the name of, obviously. Of course. It's my channel. And it's big. It's a big
It's got a whole
it's got views.
A whole 3 subscribers and it's amazing.
It's not quite there yet.
But it's okay, we'll build it, because we'll take that 3 to a 3K. You like this shit? Like it.
I mean, like, even 3 would be okay at this point. Because I think maybe my mommy.
Yeah.
I love my mommy. She watches all my videos and stuff. But I delete them right after, because I'm so embarrassed. Like, you know what? I make a video and I've got such poor mic quality. This isn't on, is it? Like this.
No, we'll cut all this out. We'll cut all of this out.
Okay. Don't put this on the side channel or fucking anything.
The truth is, we're really depressed people, and we're really insecure about ourselves.
I have no fucking retort to that one. Say,
shit, he's right. I can't. I have no follow up.
You're wrong for reasons.
No answer. Got it.
She's silent.
Would no answer suffice?
Not ordinarily. Are you telling me you don't have a reason?
It's just that I'm very annoyed with you. Huh. Yes, annoyed. Or I'm annoyed at something. I want to get rid of whatever it is.
Is it the president? Winter, you aren't going to get rid of me.
No! I'm saying that I want to change something. For a while now, I've been feeling stuck and... Gracious, I shouldn't say this.
Can you go back 1 or 2 frames now? Or 2,
Dump.
right there. That fucking right eyeball, or her left eyeball. Makes it look like she's looking like to the right and
Holy
left of him.
shit! It's like she's staring at a space like between the tip of her nose and the brow of her forehead.
She's looking into their dimension. To where they... Okay, I'm
She's
sorry.
trying to look at the bridge of her nose, but she can't see it.
I'm sorry, she just kind of fucking derped right there. No, go ahead.
I've been feeling rather non-autonomous, so I had to fight you. I had to fight you so that I could feel as though I were still a person. I felt like I had to scrape those words off my tongue.
I see.
Says it with a hint of finality, which I take. What is this? Is he sighing? Why is he doing that? Might he have... Oh my goodness, I've done it, haven't I? This is for real?
Winter. Fine. Holy
Really?
shit, did we actually have some sort of, like, impact on the story besides just clicking shit? He answers. He's answering me. Yes-ish.
You aren't... Really? This is reality, yes? An anomaly didn't just occur, right?
Don't be so surprised. I believe in you.
Oh my gosh, Sensei Senpai person is...
You noticed I'm good at
I've been noticed. Senpai noticed me.
I think that if anything, you have the proper conviction to maybe have a shot at succeeding.
Hey, shot.
I'm out. I need more water for crying out loud.
Oh, you don't have a cut for water, but...
Can you...
No, this is not pouring into that.
Okay. Is it...
Nope. Yeah, unscrew this
I
thing
know
here.
not how things work. Gotta stay hydrated. Ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubes,
Of the jury.
of the jury of the YouTube trial, stay hydrated when you drink. I mean, that's it. Just
And maybe you'll have a shot at succeeding here. Hey.
give him. Nice kind of segue-ish. I can't say you're wrong, Harrison. You've made your point rather clear, if you ask me.
Oh, okay.
Are you ready then? We wasted quite a bit of time with that debate.
I am.
All right, consider the mediation underway.
I nod with strength and certain gravitas. I am not overjoyed by any means at my success. However, I feel a kind of relief in knowing that no one will be murdered here. If anything, I'm most certainly confident I managed to get Cyrus, as stubborn as an ox, to listen to me. If I can do that, what do I have to worry about? So, where's the president?
Good question. We'll need to find out. We don't have the location of the presidential offices logged, so perhaps we'll head to a library.
Full circle, boys.
At least the offer should make it easy, or at least it should offer easy internet access.
I giggle at this irony. Cyrus is thoroughly unamused. Do we know where there's a library?
In a minute.
He looks away from me, and I follow his cue. As it turns out, many people have started finding the streets, pale-faced and shaken. I should say, the few people who I've seen during my time here all had similar looks of awareness on their faces, but they've nonetheless greeted me with a smile. These people do not have the strength to even do so much. I imagine the speech must be over now, and what was said was quite disturbing. Cyrus breaks away and strolls over to an older person, his expression stern. Over half a minute of serious-looking chatter, he returns, walking straight past me upon reaching me. Come on, let's go.
You're putting words in Cyrus's mouth, good sir.
Shit. Hold on, gotta go back.
No.
No, we're time travelers. We got this. There you go.
That's right. Dimension travelers. Are you gonna do it again?
We're altering the past.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, shit. Okay. There we go. We haven't been here very long, but I've already relaxed. Cyrus hasn't, though. He's hunched over keyboard and monitor. In a situation... Oh, God.
How did it work?
In a situation less strict with time, I'd like to try reading the books of these and their stories. Must be very odd. Fiction is written from reality, right? And by that notion, I may only assume that here they have books about economy and wartime shenanigans. That keyboard. While an unpleasant thought to ponder, I have to admit that I'm curious.
All right.
All right?
I got the coordinates for his office. Found the presidential building's floor plan pretty easily. Looks like he really is a figurehead. Practically a tourist attraction. Or he would be. I should mention that I actually found that information on a site for tourism in a less desperate situation. That would have made me laugh. Well, no matter. This is it. Are you prepared? The location data has been sent to your ICD. We'll be off when you're ready.
I told you I was before.
And you're still?
Of course! My blood is burning fast and everything. What a ridiculous question. After that gauntlet earlier, what isn't there that I can weather?
All right, but if you get worried at all about the dangers, remember that I'm here. I'll make sure you're safe.
In the show of what I think is supposed to be reassurance, Cyrus displays a weapon for me from his inventory. A gun, I think.
This is a 9mm sight.
I do not take it very well. An understatement, if I ever thought one. I almost have a breakdown at the sight of it. Image and reality are very much separate things, and I was beginning to think guns didn't exist. I was hoping they didn't exist. In its presence, I feel myself shrinking, and I can only hope I will pump back up in the next minute or two. I can't be cowering at the climax, can I? Oh.
No, we're done. We're done. We're not.
Oh, no, we're not. We're
No
not.
more.
Okay, not pursuing that. Okay. I shake my head quickly.
We'll shift in 5.
I just spilled water in my eye. Awesome. That's awesome. Start breathing in through my nose and out through my mouth. Slowly trying to quell my heartbeat.
Attempting to drink water through my eyeball.
Within 5, it is mostly successful. Surprising. With today's record, one would imagine it'd be having a fit right about now.
No, and one more thing.
Huh?
Don't say a word.
Okay. We're teleporting away. Alright, I sort of wanted to speak too, although I guess it's asking for a bit too much. Putting me in charge of a situation would be a bad idea. I can understand the fact that I'm not that stubborn and foolish. It appears that Cyrus thinks otherwise, however, as upon our arrival, he immediately puts a finger across my lips. I frown behind it, but I am mostly alright with it. He starts glancing around the room, and I bounce my gaze around as well. There's a desk, a crest,
flags, a man at the window, a video camera, presumably the one to make addresses with, and other things. Is that a radio I hear? Well, the man is the President Barman to be, I assume? In my peripheral vision, I see Cyrus raising his weapon. Wait. There's no call for that. The man's alone, Cyrus!
Just snap his
What are
neck.
you doing? Don't shoot him, you idiot!
Yeah, like literally just cut his...
Oh my goodness, he's still raising it. I don't want to see the man get shot. It sounds nauseating, frightening, horrible.
It has a silencer on it. So.
My lips tremble and he puts his entire palm over my mouth. I catch myself in confliction, wanting to cry and stop him, but not wanting to give our presents away. I take to grabbing at the side of his hand and gripping his skin with my nails, trying to pry him off.
Chase.
It's unsuccessful, of course. I can barely budge his hand. Getting desperate, I try to bite him and only end up awkwardly licking his fingers. It might be awkward. At this, he trembles, his cheeks change shade, and he briefly glares at me. He squeezes my face shut. He aims at the president, and finally, with willful strength, I manage to wrench his hand from my face and shout, "Don't shoot him!
Don't move. And that's it. That's the end of the game, right there.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
Yep.
Don't forget. I think we've showed that enough. Okay. Having both spoken at once, it ultimately sounds like, "Don't move him." Noticing what I've done, Sexually Harsh addresses me under his breath.
What did I just say, Winter?
I push his arm away from me and glare at him and says, "I thought you were gonna shoot him."
I can do it.
You got him.
Now what's all this?
Actually, he voiced him earlier anyway.
Oh, that's true.
The president at his turn is now looking at us. I screwed up. Hey, no, wait. Cyrus might have really been about to shoot him. Also, what was he doing holding me like that? What sort of plan was he making?
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and assume you didn't hear me right just now. I said not to move. Well, then, I do apologize for my misunderstanding. Right.
Shit, that's you.
You do have been reading a lot. Right. Well, now you know. Also,
And also, ellipses. Okay. Going to say anything more anytime soon? Can't believe we're seriously having awkward silence here of all places. I mean, really? Days would feel like minutes before Barney decides to break the mood.
you're here to kill me, I suppose? No, I've actually come to talk. To talk.
His eyes drift from Cyrus to me, and I have no idea what else to do but quake under his gaze. He is foreboding in his oldness. So much for confidence.
I don't believe guns can speak. Cute. Just consider the weapon some insurance. It's no real concern anyway.
He looks away from me and back to Cyrus, an action that relaxes my shoulders.
Well, I've got to say, I was expecting someone to come for me with a gun, but the girl is a surprise. I'm probably not in any position to be asking questions, but I just have to know what you meant by what you meant to accomplish in bringing her here. She has to be here, and that's all you need to know. Well, all right. So, where are the guards? They're looking after things that are actually important.
Oh shit, instead of him. What is this devilish old man saying? Is he trying to pull a fast one? Where the longer we fart around with relevant questions, the sooner the doors will blast open and both of us will be killed? Or does he have an even more sinister plan than that? Voice my concerns in action, tugging Cyrus's jacket and giving him a look. Look and tug as I might, though, he refuses to consider me.
Chicka bow wow.
Whatever my movements broke his concentration. Now he's taking a moment to recollect his thoughts. I took the opportunity to speak in his stead. Alright, wait a second. Cyrus groans and shakes his head, clenching his fists and teeth.
Winter.
I mostly ignore him. What should it matter whether you're alone or guarded or whatever? Couldn't you be lying and in fact be waiting behind the door for us?
There's no one waiting.
Well, even if that were true, then wouldn't it suggest in your expectation and aloneness that you are seeking a, well, certain kind of situation?
What situation's that?
Like, you know, a murder.
That's enough, Winter.
Okay, fine.
There's not going to be any murder here.
We both look at Barnaby, who looks dull.
Yes, he does. Even if that seems to be what someone here wants. Look, I don't know what you're suggesting. Quiet, all right? The implications here are really rubbing me the wrong way. Planned martyrdom. I don't even want to think about that shit.
Well, you're going to make him a martyr anyway. What's it matter whether or not he expected as much?
Now listen, that's all I'm asking. Don't argue. Don't make any sarcastic comments. In fact, don't talk unless I give you the go-ahead. If you do, I might have to shoot your legs or something, and I very much doubt you would like that. Are we clear?
Barnaby nods.
Hey, that's wonderful. Okay, I want, and this is the only thing, I want your word that you won't launch that nuke.
The president regards my mentor with confusion and a touch of disbelief.
You may respond. That's just not how it works. I can't give you my word when my country will only suffer in turn. The lives of Gabrians over Brightons is not something I can accept. Are you dense? I don't just want your word for the Gabrians, I want it for us Brightons. You two are Brightons? Yes.
Barnaby just descends into peals of laughter. I, on the other hand, am just bewildered by Cyrus's ability to so quickly lie.
You expect me to believe that one of my citizens would threaten me over the lives of our oppressors? Yes. I'm sorry, that's just too ridiculous. Are you fucking retarded? Do you even think Gabri would think of considering to waste resources to kill you? You think they even care? Even if you do fire on them, they'll just take it as a chance to dominate us completely again. They'll ravage us. Don't you get it? You're asking for a war. You're about to take on one of the world's military giants with a bomb and a ragged army. This decision did not come easily. I don't want to do this. Then find some other way. There is no other way. You, as anyone else, should understand that. I have tried every other way. We have bent and knelt nose to the floor for Gabria for over a century. And do you see where it's gotten us? It hurts me to see my people celebrating the increase of minimum wage when I know damn well that Gabria is laughing at us for the joke that it is. This is one advantage over Gabria we have ever had. A weapon incomparable to anything in their arsenal. In anyone's arsenal, I am not about to waste that. The options are exhausted. I gave them an ultimatum. And I swear to you that if we're ready for...
Oh, I accidentally clicked the button. Let's resume. Sorry.
For we alone can't take on the forces. We alone can't take on the forces of Gabria, even with the funding they gave us. We are not. We are not alone.
Looking flustered, Barnaby palms his face. The adults fall silent. Cyrus glances at me in quick bursts, his expression growing increasingly concerned. What if what we both heard is right, Barnaby's just suggesting that Brighton has friends.
Holy fuck. You allied with Ferdia?
Is that what you were thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. But you said, oh fuck. I was wondering what you thought.
What? When?
Just like 2 seconds ago, when he says like, Brighton had friends, you're like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah, I was thinking he's more alliances and it's gonna be kind of like a World War I kind of deal.
Oh damn. Barnaby pants, clearly unused to breaking face.
It's only temporary. You can't believe that. We had no other choice. We couldn't fund the research on our own. That doesn't matter. Don't you realize we can trust them? They understand us. Ferdia will stomp us into the dust once this is over. You'll have to deal with that as it comes.
Once more, they fall silent. This just changes everything. How could he have gone and done that? To what leagues of desperation has this nation fallen? Barnaby, sweating, finally speaks again.
I'm sorry.
Crap almighty. What are we going to do now? With this, Gabra really isn't a threat at all. Those powerful weapons and that vicious nation's backing, Gabra is screwed. Hopelessness settles into me as I realize how out of control the situation has become with one revelation. It looks now that no matter what, there will be killings.
Yay! Then you asked for a military to keep Gabria out of suspicion. Yes. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone that way, huh? Yes.
Cyrus shakes his head as though the ridiculousness of this situation is simply too much to take. He drops his gun arm, signifying his relinquishment. Ellipses. President Barnaby. He looks at me like he forgot I was in the room. I probably don't need to tell you how much you've ruined us. You're going to initiate an absolute slaughter this way, and at the end of the day, Ferdia will just slaughter us too. I understand your desperation, but I think you don't give Gabria enough credit. Both pairs of eyes are now on me. I feel very pressured to speak convincingly.
Choices.
It really is now or never. It's certainly hard living the way we do. My dad works almost constantly, and we really do always have to worry about things like starving and all that. Super convincing. Good job.
Totally.
Good job. You've really got to remember, though, that you're about to bite the hand that feeds us. They gave us an opening, and as much as you think it's a joke, we celebrate it for a reason. I'm sure and I'm positive that if you were to just keep fighting for us, then maybe we could change more things.
So you're his daughter.
I nod hesitantly. Barnaby shakes his head in a slower manner, reflective of Cyrus's earlier movement.
This is just the strangest thing.
Ellipses.
Fucking ellipses. Well, do you have anything to suggest, girl? Some opinion I might have missed?
Well, no. I don't. So just hoping to appeal to his heart, I don't have anything to offer that he hasn't already considered, I bet. And with that, I'm going to consider using the restroom.
You know, we could actually probably call it here for...
How about we go to the bathroom and then see how we feel in a minute, okay?
Alright. Yeah, because we are pretty set up. Make sure to leave your mic on.
Yeah, leave your mic on. Gotta show off that lovely ASMR peeing.
Oh, is it still recording?
Yeah, still going.
Okay.
I'll just let it keep running and then I can edit it later.
Alright, I'll do some ASMR to keep the crowd busy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen.
And I will be kind and actually mute myself.
He doesn't have his mic on, or headset. So I deeply apologize about my my urination earlier. It's a bit shocked. It's a bit of a shock to people that I leak fluids from my body. It's something I've been trying to work on for a while. But anyway, what I promised a little bit of ASMR. Now I'm getting pretty close to a microphone. I'm getting so close to this microphone, and it doesn't fucking matter because it's the wrong fucking microphone. I could be like 100 feet over here. Yeah, I'm actually literally facing a different direction now. Imagine the woods and shit, and you're out in the middle of the woods. Ooh, ASMR. Your brain is tingling. You're erect or whatever if you enjoy ASMR that much. And my voice is really comforting and gravelly, and you have to like it because it's making your brain tingle. You love it. I wasn't doing anything, I swear. No, wait. No, I wasn't
I completely believe you.
I wasn't spewing racist comments.
Oh.
Like PewDiePie.
It's okay. Well, we can be other targets for the Wall Street Journal. Well, they take down YouTube.
How? Why not?
Mano a mano. This is a really interesting story.
Dun.
Just hoping to appeal to his heart. I'll just finish this scene or something, or the scene. There's probably...
Yeah, this...
Also, what with the mistake of his union with that nation on the border, I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can suggest to save this place. Still, he seems to want me to answer, and Cyrus isn't stepping in. Is there anything I think he missed? Obviously, not talking to Gabrielle.
Oh, what about talking to your own fucking people?
Gabrielle hasn't responded. Were they right then? Gabrielle will use... Oh, we were right then. Gabrielle will use Brighton's actions to justify violent reaction. Mercy. What do their people think? Setting aside that they're likely underestimating this country, let's imagine that they knew full well that Brighton posed an actual threat. Were they willing to go to war? To perhaps die just to subjugate Brighton once again? Excuse me. Geez, I needed that out, all the water and the bourbon. I mean, didn't Cyrus say that even Brighton's people don't want this? Where were those of Gabrielle? They aren't even very militaristic. They must believe that Brighton isn't nearly as dangerous as it actually is. These nuclear weapons have never existed before, right? And what Brighton needs to do is make Gabrielle take them seriously, to inform the public of their abilities. You could always launch it. He raises an eyebrow. I meant somewhere else.
Oh. That's actually a pretty goddamn good idea. Over any of their lakes, so that way they'll have irradiated water for eternity. Oh, I'm Barnaby.
Yes.
What do you suggest?
Somewhere where it wouldn't kill anyone.
I don't know about that. You want me to fire a warning shot?
Yes, Gary's probably just waiting for us to attack so they can retaliate and put us on an even tighter leash. However, if they and their people had a demonstration of the destructive power of the bomb, then I think Barnaby heaves a mighty sigh.
Sorry to say, little girl, but the option has already been considered and rejected.
Why?
We can't afford it. Let's just say our supply of warheads is limited and that production costs are rather high.
What's a warhead?
A delicious candy you'd put in your mouth and, oh shit.
It's very sour.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking sour, man. Another name for the bomb.
Oh, of course.
Even with the funding Ferdi has given us, we could only make so many. Aside from the monetary costs, the materials are particularly difficult to procure and time-consuming to process. We simply cannot afford to be wasteful we will need every weapon available for whatever threats could be coming. Gabrian, or I hate to say it, Ferdian.
Well, it wouldn't be wasteful. It would be to scare them and avoid this whole thing.
I know what you would intend for them, but I'm afraid that objectively it would be a waste. If I may interject.
We are both surprised that Sarah still has a voice.
The bomb is untested? Practically, if we had done a full-scale test, our cover would have been blown. Then there's really never been anything like this before. Pardon me, but I don't follow sciences. That's right. While Gabria and the other nations have tampered with nuclear fusion, it has never been applied to weaponry this successfully. According to our scientists, our largest bomb should be enough to wipe out their capital.
Ah. Oh, wait. Yeah, hearing that still makes my head spin.
All of Gabriel? Isn't it just a bomb? Not a conventional bomb. Well, it's no wonder Gabriel isn't listening. No one understands what this thing is. Were you just planning on surprising them? How disgusting. The lives we take in our attack would be nothing compared to the losses we have suffered under their rule. No statistics have ever been released, but upwards of 100,000 die every year from poverty in our country.
What?
To put that in perspective, our nation's population is numbered at 34 million, and an estimated 5 million have been lost just in the last 60 years. Confusion? 47% of this nation lives in poverty, and the rest still suffer under pitiful wages. Sacrificing the city of Gabriel in an instant, a mere 3 million? I wouldn't sleep any worse for it.
That's stupid.
Winter, not now.
It is, though. Terrifying numbers. And he wants to raise them? What does that even prove?
She's right, though. That is very stupid. Mr. President, stop thinking so little of other lives.
Funny you should say that.
Gabriel has hurt us, but will we return? But will we returning? Wait, hold on.
But what?
Does that?
But what?
But what will returning? Oh, okay, all right. Fucking hell. All right. Gabriel has hurt us, but what will returning the favor accomplish? You're only going to breed more hate.
Hate begets more hate.
We have a military. We have Ferdia. And as if those weren't enough, it seems we have more than one city-leveling bomb. Reconsider already. Just launch it into the ocean. Let them realize what we're capable of. Anyone would fear the weapons we harbor. And you have no reason not to brandish them. You could spare those 3 million lives. You don't have to sacrifice them to make a point. Even if I did agree, I don't know if I have that kind of power. Oh, please, don't act weak now. Talk with your advisors, make a new call, and make the Gabrians piss themselves in terror. In the aftermath, I get the feeling they'd be more than willing to talk. Hell, maybe they'd even give us more than we ever asked for. Just give them that chance. I will do what I can then.
Really? Geez, I haven't talked in a while. The president reaches up and compresses part of his collar between two fingers. Right over the microphone.
Call off the launch for now. We're having a conference immediately. This is an executive command from President Jonathan Barnaby. Call X374. It's done. We will reconsider the issue. However, we need to make a decision quickly, and if it changes from the one we'd already made, I'm frankly not sure how the Faradians will take it. But we can't allow them to control us. I'm not shedding a master just to take a new one. We should change headlong, or we should fucking duck. We should not charge headlong into war, just for slights against us. We should retain our identity as Brightons.
Independence.
Just as you two.
Independence. And we're honorary Brightons now. What a badge of shame. Holy shit,
Yeah.
wow.
She does, yeah.
Yeah, guess she's still her.
Speaking of you two, I'd appreciate it if you used whatever way you got in here to get out of here. Whatever organization you're a part of, I just assume that you are, but I think it would be best if you remained anonymous. I would agree.
Cyrus turns and walks a few steps before stopping to scrutinize the rug. He breaks his gaze for a minute and calls back to Barnaby.
Hey. Yes? Thanks for actually listening to us. Thanks for not shooting me.
You're welcome.
Watch it. I didn't promise I wouldn't bust any kneecaps.
This worries me for a second, but as it turns out, his weapon is already put away.
I'm such a badass. Says under his breath as he
Holy
walks
shit.
away.
Something's gonna happen. With Barnaby's husky laughter in our ears, we shift from the room. Seems to be back where we started. Cyrus stands next to me, still and somber. I look at him, confused. For someone who just solved a problem, he seems genuinely quietly distraught. Is something the matter?
Quite frankly, yes. We're missing something key here. Hold on.
He begins to consult his ICD, apparently searching through his codex from what his eye movements suggest. What exactly could be the problem? As far as I know, still need to have someone mediate the situation between Gabriel and Brighton, and potentially that between Brighton and Faraday, but the threat of nuclear destruction should be out of the way for now. Oop, my own codex scanned through the history of the world as such. Minutes pass by slowly and neither of us speak. Finally, going through many entries, I look away from my wrist. I couldn't find anything that seemed out of the ordinary. That can't be right.
Sir?
Sir? Shit. Hold on. There you go.
That can't be right.
Sir? Completely ignoring me, his head swishes to the left and he stares at the wall of the televisions intently. I follow, perplexed. And with the call off for the moment, it seems as though President Barnaby still wants the world to be aware that this threat was very real. Therefore, he has announced that within 20 minutes, Brighton will be demonstrating the true nature of their bomb, setting it off in the Northern Sea. This will be the first large-scale test of the device, as Brighton was earlier unbelieving due to heavy scrutiny while under Gabriel surveillance. Our scientist, correspondent Samuel Urey, will explain the concept behind this weapon, dubbed the fusion bomb. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Cyrus biting his teeth together. In the back of my mind, something tells me to be very worried right now.
Oh, God.
Thanks, Scott. Now, if you viewers will care to listen, I'll tell you what is known on the theory. Now, some of you may know that the science behind our nuclear power plants, the same theory employed in these fusion reactors is employed in the bomb developed by Brighton scientists. Similar to how stars are born, the bomb generates its destructive power through the fusion of atomic nuclei, creating atoms of an even larger mass. Firstly, the center of the device, the bomb initializes by the extreme compression of a small space filled with gases and fuel. The ludicrously high temperature and pressure resulting then starts a powerful proton chain reaction. This chain reaction is strong enough for the fuse the atoms within, beginning the primary process for which the weapon is gained its name, nuclear fusion. Nuclear fusion releases an immense amount of energy, destructive power, thousands of magnitudes greater than conventional weapons. In fact, with enough reactant, the energy release could actually start off a genuine star. Of course, scientists theorize that there isn't enough fuel on the entire planet to accomplish such a feat. But I'm blathering. I doubt your viewers even know what I'm talking about. We'll start by discussing atoms. So that doesn't really sound like the bomb I read about.
Damn it. I should have guessed. This role is a bloody outlier in every other regard.
Is this the pure fusion bomb Cyrus had mentioned? Green the star sounds very risky. Cyrus does not seem to like the possibility, but there's no way they used enough reactant, right? The person on screen said there's no possibility of such a thing. I opened my mouth to confirm my suspicions with Cyrus, but as I'm about to, I find that we're teleporting.
Sure.
Moved to the president's office in an instant before I'm even aware of why. Quickly realized that we came here to stop Barnaby, and both of us immediately started looking around the room in desperation, but the president's gone.
Fuck. Stay here. I'm gonna look for someone.
Sir, wait! He rushes out of the room, leaving me here, alone, to worry. I look out the window now, intently frightened. Getting the normally cool Cyrus in such a heat could only mean that something absolutely irrevocable is about to happen. In the first place, should we even have to worry? Surely their theories will hold up. Surely that's the case, right? I stand alone for several minutes, glancing fervently at my watch and growing more and more agitated as time crawls by. Cyrus returns after 15 minutes.
There isn't anyone here. Just a damned receptionist who won't say anything. Support, listen to me. The situation is nearly out of control. Do you have anything?
He walks away from me into a corner. Again, I look through my codex, hoping that there's something that I missed earlier, hoping they didn't use enough reactant, hoping that I have nothing to worry about. We have a codex entry. Should we look at that? A few minutes, the horizon is aglow. Oh shit. Well, too late. It must have gone off. I stare into the brilliant hue, pleading with anyone that'll end with only light. With every passing second it grows brighter, the glass sweats in the room glows warmer. I stand still before the spectacle. Oh shit, I think before it's all over, maybe everything worked out. Cyrus is still somewhere in the room and yelling, though, so I think his face must, the simple fact, I wanted nobody to die, and now maybe everyone will. Is this my fault? Why did I even think to suggest anything? But if I hadn't stopped Cyrus, then this would have happened anyway, right? It's not my fault, then. I was just trying to save everyone. I just wanted to make a difference.
Excuses.
It's not my fault at all.
Oh god.
Cyrus has dived onto me from his corner, blocking the window's light from my view.
Teleport.
Is this it?
Keep your head down.
He covers my head and body with his arms and torso.
We need to explode.
A whooping deeply bassy sob resonates from outdoors. The window has shattered. Sir? He slides off of me and collapses, clutching his arms. Sir! I gasp at the sight of where he's gripping. Glass has stabbed through his coat, and blood leaks out from his sleeve. He's also along his back there are shards, and his face is contorted viciously. On my knees, I begin reaching out to him, but quickly pull back. It would only make things worse to touch him. I look out of the window that is no longer there. It is not a beauty I care to know. No. Somewhere far away, I hear Cyrus yelling.
We just felt the wave, that's what. It's become self-sustaining. It's beyond the point of no return. The reaction won't stop until the whole atmosphere is gone. This world is dead, understand? It's over. I failed. Now get us out of here.
Cyrus.
Hurry up, damn it.
I can't believe this. We failed.
I'd say those fuckers failed. They fucking did a pure fusion bomb. What are you gonna do with a pure fusion bomb?
Oh, God. Light becomes overbearing, blistering, and before it can consume us, we're back.
High radiation levels detected. Please remain calm and wait for emergency medical personnel to assist you.
It even irradiated me, although I escaped? Where's my mentor? The words come out on their own and are spoken in earnest. I frantically look about the room till I find he's right behind me, crumpled in a pile and breathing heavily.
I'm here, Winter.
Are you going to die?
You won't.
What? Are you going to die?
I don't think so.
What happened, sir? Words roll up my throat as a stone, and I choke as they part my lips. I have no idea why I even bothered asking. Is it really all gone?
The world was killed. Brighton never tested their bomb, and it seems they overcompensated. A reaction that strong will use almost any of the lighter elements as fuel. So the atmosphere was consumed. It burned away in an instant, leaving the people to die.
Next and last thing he says, spoken while looking up at me with bitterness and guilt in his eyes.
I'm sorry.
Pain and ache in his voice strikes through me and my heart thumps. I can't help but cry out. What exactly happened? I saw what happened. I know what happened. To call this realization devastating would not be an appropriately poignant description. My heart feels as though it's bleeding, broken, damned.
Winter, don't be a little bitch about it.
I don't even know it exactly. I'm crying over now. Just comprehending this is difficult. It's difficult. It's hard. Mood broken. Immersion broken. We're all high flying now, guys. I'm crying harder. My molars scraping together. I grind the lower of my palms into my eyes, trying to hold the flow back. I feel gross all over. I'm sweating cold water and feeling like mud. My stomach turns and my emotions rise even harder.
These weak palms are sweaty. This bomb on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti is nervous. And on the surface, he looks calm and ready to drop bombs, but
Not nuclear fusion bombs.
Oh yeah, definitely not those ones. Those pure fusion, like the kind that
turn planets into stars.
Well,
that's gonna be a binary star system.
It just
and they'll collide with each other, I imagine.
It rends the elements of themselves. So like the atmosphere, the Earth itself, the solid, at least maybe the crust.
The lighter elements,
yeah. The crust might kind of disapparate a little bit, but I would imagine, yeah, the atmosphere just in a flash.
So everyone's gonna suffocate on that planet.
Everybody.
That sucks.
Yeah.
But something wheels into the room, but I can't see it. I can only hear it. Taking my hands from my eyes, I see people in hazard suits walking towards us with a trawling company. One comes near me, and again my words spill out. We're sick, right? We're irradiated and sick?
You are, and you'll have to lie on the ground to get better, okay?
The other people in the room crowd over Cyrus, who decidedly deserves the extra attention. We'll be all right then?
Yes, it'll be all right. You'll be all right. Just lie down.
What about my mentor?
We'll be taking him into another room to look after his deeper wounds. Now, come on, you need to lie down. Now, suck my dick.
I do so, but fairly reluctantly.
Sorry.
I feel like I'm gonna throw up, and I've heard that throwing up while lying down can drown you. I don't tell her that though, because I don't want to know if that means it's worse if I feel like throwing up. I want to think that I'll be okay. Even in this nausea, I just want to be okay. The paramedic lifts my arm and inserts an IV into the back of my hand.
It's like puts it in backwards.
Ow.
Oh god!
I flinch at the small pain, feeling more sensitive than usual.
There. It should be perfectly fine from here. We're administering a drug that will clear all away the radiation from inside of you. It'll heal you rather quickly. We'll even stop the later effects from coming on. You'll still feel the early symptoms eventually, though, and you aren't going to like it. It's going to hurt and feel disgusting.
What are the early symptoms exactly?
Basically, just shitting yourself. Just shitting yourself constantly. Just like anywhere you go, you can't go out in public anymore. You'll have to stay indoors for weeks and months and just shit yourself on. I'm sorry. You went offline there. Well, you'll probably feel a little weak. You'll feel dizzy, and you'll have a headache and fever. The worst of it, though, would probably be the puking and diarrhea. I called it.
What? No!
I'm sorry, there really isn't anything we can do about it.
No! She places her gloved hand on my forehead, wiping away my sweat and hair.
Ooh. Did you catch that?
What?
Wiping away my sweat and hair. Bitch is irradiated. Highly irradiated. There's some carbon-14 going on up here.
Oh, man.
If you want to, we can put you to sleep and wait until the symptoms go away.
Yes, do that. What do you mean?
I shake my head slowly. I don't want to sleep. Probably have nightmares or something.
God. Which was this, your second shadowing?
Everything went so wrong so quickly, I didn't even know anything from the start.
Blaming yourself, are you?
I suggested it. I start crying again. Raging, sadness, hatred at myself. And why? Because I don't take anything properly seriously. I was playing a game of words. I'm such an idiot. I told him to launch it. Why?
Shh. Let's stop talking about it, all right?
I killed them. I saw it. It's like it's burned in me.
Come on, you need to settle down.
Ellipses. I shut up. I want to shut up. Talking puts vomit on my tongue anyway.
Nom, 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 nom.
Can I stay here for a while? Can you speak to me a little?
Actually, I've just been paged. I've got the dog. My dog has an appointment at the dentist. Bye. Sure, I'll be here for a while anyway. I'll tell you about where I'm from, okay?
She does so, telling me about the northwestern country where she grew up, the vast fields and sinking meadows.
God, it was so boring. It was the most boring thing ever. It was very boring. Life was boring. I hated it. And then I came here, and I still hate life. Anyway, what?
Being from the Central Lands, I don't know the rolling, verdant hills and grazing animals she speaks of. I only know lawns and trees, streets with people riding by, distant mountains, corner stores, small buildings, and sidewalks with many faces. All a touch languishing. I mostly know my room, though, dark and quiet and calming, familiar and safe. I'm really back, aren't I? Cyrus and I lived. I stopped thinking and let her speak softly, brushing me lightly and calming me down.
Oh, it is a chick. Feeling any better? Emotionally, at least?
She smiles. Seeing this clearly without her suit on is nice. I feel like the most disgusting thing. But yes, emotionally, I'm much more alright. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Do you want to get up now, or do you want to keep hearing me run my mouth?
I like your voice.
I like your mouth.
It's nice and deep. It's got a lot of presence. More than mine does.
Her? She's fictional. Did you realize that? She's fictional?
This is a meta thing where she's a young girl. Hers is going to be deeper and have more presence. But also here, my voice, your voice is deeper and has much more presence than mine.
So I should voice the young girl because my voice is deeper. No. Oh, the opposite.
Yeah, you got it the other way around.
Okay. So talk like a man when I'm the paramedic. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'll get up. I want to throw up now. At this, she jumps a little and rises, helping me quickly but carefully. I waver and would be most completely unsteady if not for her hand.
All right. Do you need to throw up now, or can you hold it at all?
I've been holding for 30 minutes.
Well, Jesus Christ.
She sighs in a manner of defeat.
You should have said so.
I can hold it a little longer. I can make it to my room.
You're sure?
Yes. No, but I really want to go to my room. It isn't like my room back home, but at least it feels like a plopper place to rest.
A plopper plop to plop.
Exactly.
Okay then, we'll hurry on.
Before we exit the terminal, I look back at the blood stains which indicate where Cyrus once lied. How long has it been since she was taken away? Is he doing well? I hope that he is.
Are you wondering about your dead friend, who's very dead? Yeah, he died.
My roommate is at her desk when we arrive, reading it seems. Hey, Waverly.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing it. I've kind of done everything with a Winter.
Oh, Winter, you're back.
She starts to look up.
How'd you think... Huh?
The sight of me, she flinches and looks disbelieving.
Oh, Cacao.
She immediately covers her mouth upon noticing that I'm being carried by an adult.
I mean...
She stares at me for an incredibly long second before turning to the paramedic and gently placing her book down. Her mouth slowly hangs open as if trying to speak, but she's unsuccessful.
Do you want me to help you to the bathroom?
Sure, yes, sure. My caretaker says nothing more and simply aids me farther along. As we pass by my roommate, she jumps to attention, starting up from her seat.
Is she all right? What happened to her?
Radiation poisoning. That's your line.
You gotta do with it, but...
Radiation poisoning.
There you go.
Radiation poisoning.
She was irradiated. Don't touch her.
Waverly shrinks back into the chair.
Don't worry, she's not irradiated anymore.
The lady opens the bathroom door and sets me on the tiles before the toilet seat. Leaning against the doorframe, she looks back out at Waverly.
She's got the sickness, though.
Yes, I do.
You got the fever.
And I am not down with it. Flipping the lid up, I immediately vomit into the toilet. It's almost like it's for emphasis.
No, it's actually to regurgitate what your body assumes is poison.
What happened?
It'd probably be better for her to tell you. Anyway, you must be her roommate.
Waverly says nothing, but I imagine she's nodding her answer, for the paramedic continues.
Good. I need you to keep her from eating tonight. Wouldn't be any good for her in this state.
I throw up again with impeccable timing. This actually is working. This series is working really well for our bathroom trips. We're having another moment right here. We could go to the bathroom in this scene, and they wouldn't know.
I was gonna say we could cut in the audio earlier for me pissing, and just use that and replace it with when she's throwing up. Or just throw up the entire thing. Just loop me pissing really quietly in the background.
With impeccable timing. Disgusting, thick, and saccharine spit fills my mouth, and when I try to swallow it, I feel like barfing. Parting my lips to gasp, it kind of drips out, slimy. It's probably making me feel sicker than anything else.
She'll be in there for a while. Vomiting and things worse. Just keep an eye on her. Make sure she's all right. No pressure.
I'm all right. Anything else?
If she's feeling really bad, I want you to call us down at the ward with your hall's emergency line. You know where it is, right?
Yeah.
I'm fucking murdering her voice. And hers too, but she's trans. That's why, and she likes her deep voice. All right, and one more thing. You've got to get her a good breakfast tomorrow. And make sure she drinks plenty of liquids. After tonight, she'll definitely be dehydrated and more than a little starved. I want you to make shit. Don't actually do that. I want you to make certain she remedies that no matter what. Verstaat?
Okay, I will.
Was that my stomach or was that? Wait, no. Was that me?
I don't know. Was that one of us or was that the game?
Let's go back to the previous.
Let's do that again.
Okay, it wasn't
Okay,
me.
it was the game. It wasn't either of us. Okay. I was like, what the heck? I feel the paramedic's gaze on me again. It makes me aware that my stomach's churning off noises. I hurl again.
You're positive you don't want anything.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sure you've guessed already, but your debriefing has been pushed back until tomorrow afternoon in consideration of your state. I'll be leaving you in your roommate's care now. She looks to be a professional. I need to make sure your mentor's procedure's gone well, or is going.
I hear Waverly gasp lightly at the second sentence. Yeah, can you tell him that I'm sorry, too?
Sure. And hey.
Wiping my mouth with the back of my hand, and I look back at the paramedic from over my shoulder.
You really fucked the pooch. Alright? You launched a nuke. You might as well have been the one that pushed the button, Winter. Alright? Good night! We can go back.
Nope. Nope, that's what you said.
Alright. And feel better, too. You're a piece of shit and feel better. You should visit one of the counselors once you're able to. Don't keep it all inside. Feel better. Okay, whoa, shit.
Oops, my bad. I lock eyes with her for a minute, but eventually turn back to the rancid fumes of my puke. I'll try. I can feel her smiling.
Good. Hopefully I won't be seeing you, girl.
I hear her footsteps as she turns to leave.
Take good care with her. Okay.
Of course.
The door opens, and another second closes. I kneel in front of the toilet and retch a bit, wondering whether or not I'll be vomited again. If this damn saliva will have anything to do with it, I'll make certain that I do. So gross.
Oh god, I can't take care of her. I can't take care of her. I've killed like 18
Nearly a
hamsters in the last month.
In nearly a minute, the sound of soft movement closes in on me from behind.
Do you want me to rub your back at all?
Oh, hell yeah. Actually, yes. I think that would help. Waverly doesn't hesitate to tiptoe to my side and bend down. She starts massaging me with one hand, up and down between my shoulder blades.
We get a sex scene? Is that one of those kind of VNs? No?
I don't think this is the mood for it, if this is one. I think my opinion of it will change drastically if this turns into that.
It's like, it's made by Germans. They kind of appreciate the emesis.
The feeling is great, much appreciated. I feel a little more like throwing up now, which, come to think of it, ironically enough, is all I really want. Retching is seriously so much worse than letting it out. Thank you.
No, it's nothing. Can you talk at all?
Something comes up, but doesn't come to pass. Again, I heave a few times before answering her. I don't think I can hold much of a conversation.
Try nodding then. I'll just ask you yes or no questions.
Good.
How'd your mediation go? You do it?
I began the movement to shake my head but stop, because I sort of did do it. Cyrus and I really did remedy the situation. Leaning my neck right, I kind of shrug. After all, even if we managed to succeed, it led to an awful failure that, well, doesn't really matter.
I have no idea what that is. Like, you don't know? How don't you know? Did you get knocked out?
I shake my head.
Then it's, like, complicated?
I nod. We managed to resolve the conflict. Not the actual conflict, but an urgent one. Oh, crap. I hurl again, nearly pushing my head past the lid, when it's Over, I rest my arms on the seat and my head in my hands. Waverly, frowning, continues to rub my back nicely. Ah.
Yeah, all right.
I can't really answer past barely nodding my head.
But I guess something bad happened after that.
I repeated the same head movement. Waverly pauses, clearly not sure whether or not to say what she wants to say next. She eventually chooses yes.
How bad?
I look at her. Somehow my silence and gaze convey the message. For a moment, she stops massaging me and looks in my eyes with a nearly empty expression, one of repressed sadness and of worry. Continuing her massage, she goes direct.
What happened?
The world ended. Still rubbing me, her expression goes indecipherable. If I had to guess, the closest thing I'd call it is scared. For several minutes, she stays with me and keeps me relaxed until I'm finally done with the vomiting and I'm ready to do something else.
Like vomit.
Waverly leaves the bathroom and allows me to sit on the toilet rather than in front of it, closing the door. And
Oh, yeah, diarrhea and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know how long it's been, but it finally seems to be over. After a brush of the teeth and a scrub of the skin, I feel as though I'm actually done. Not better, though. Not by any means. In fact, when I open the door, I nearly collapse. Surprisingly, Waverly is there readily to catch me.
Oh. All done?
I nod.
Want to go to bed now?
Yeah.
Then get walking. Dragging you across the room doesn't make me feel right.
Can't really walk.
Then fuck it.
That face. Waverly frowns at my lack of an answer as she pulls me to my bedside.
I just said I didn't want to do this.
She then hoists me up and drops me onto the mattress.
God, I don't care how sick she is.
Oh my god. What a... You brought that on yourself.
She looks at me sternly for a second before snickering. You're a wicked person. I can't believe this abuse.
I run a strict ship. I'm like a fairy tale orphaner. The evil one that everyone hates. Holy god.
I really have no idea what you're talking about.
I was actually reading some of our foreign libraries, and there's a lot of stories about orphan abuse.
Why would you hate orphans? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's why they're evil. Goddamn orphans.
She smiles.
Want to sleep now?
Yeah. Well, no. But I think I should. I feel like a pile of dirt.
All right, I'll turn off the light. I can't read.
I nod with thanks and look up at the ceiling as the room falls into darkness. I hear Waverly enter her bed with a squeak.
Hey,
Yeah?
what happened to Cyrus? Wasn't he your mentor today?
He saved me from an explosion of glass. Last time I saw him, he was irradiated and bleeding. Waverly, what's that?
Holy
One
shit.
of those. Yeah, holy shit.
Man, how did that... She is so insensitive. Man, how did that even all happen?
I wish it was a long story, but it's not. It's not a long story. It's only 3.5 hours long.
Yeah, I mean,
It's pretty short.
compressed,
Well,
like...
let's just go through all of it. Right here and now. From
Yeah.
beginning to end. It's another 3.5 hours of just talking about it.
We went there, and it blew up, and now we're here.
It was just that there was a lot of things to it. And it got really hard, and it turned into a thing it wasn't supposed to be. I could have left, but I didn't. I wanted to do something myself. I sigh. I'll tell you more tomorrow morning at breakfast. Ellipses. How was your shadowing?
Compared to yours, it already sounds boring. I think all of ours were supposed to be boring. I went to a city and looked for a group of people who allegedly didn't exist. They did, and we found them hiding in shadows.
You went to a place with malleable physics?
No, it was rigid. It was some kind of science or something. And man, don't ask me how, because I've got no idea. None.
Huh. both fall asleep, but end up chatting again in a minute.
I have to get going, man.
Yeah. You know what? This is probably a good time. I mean, we're all home. We're all back home, and,
everyone's
stuff.
in
Bad stuff
bed
happened.
and sleeping. Yeah, I think overall everything is gonna work out.
Yeah.
Especially maybe not for that one planet, but
You know, that one planet, Sol is pretty fucked. It's dead and stuff, but you know, it seems like we're just kind of doing epilogue-y stuff at this stage. So, hey, I'm just gonna dump all of this in one giant pile and put smaller pieces all over the place elsewhere. But otherwise, yeah, it's the end of it. So,
all right.
Thanks for watching. Doobly-doo stuff is in the thing. Push buttons, smash it.
Yep.
Yada yada yada.
Smash it, push buttons,
Cool.
and eat your
Peace.
veggies.
Eat your veggies.